what is going to happen tonight.
Well, good morning and welcome once again to live coverage of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals 2019. It's the final day here and you can join us once again from the KG5 ground here in Guernsey, where we have a game that we've seen an innings of, but we're going to get a replay just because of rain. This is Denmark taking on Guernsey once again here. I am, for the final time this week, my pleasure to be joined by former Irish international Ciara Metcalfe. Well, the sun isn't shining down like we've seen this week. It is a little warmer, overcast conditions, but nothing like the weather we saw yesterday. Ciara, how are you doing today?
Really good. I'm actually really excited for this game. I think both teams have a little bit of something to gain out of this tournament and will want to take as much as they can. But I'm very interested to see how they put their game together.
It's certainly an interesting encounter. We saw Guernsey bowl first last time and really skittle Denmark for a very low score before the rain came down. They were 9 wickets down. I've won about 90 and Guernsey really showed up. But today, what was the result of the toss?
The result of the toss today is Denmark have won the toss and they're going to bowl.
Sensible decision, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking to the groundsman. He's very happy with the wicket, and I suppose it'd be 2.5 days that cricket would be on this wicket at the moment. He was very happy with the play yesterday on it. The ball was still getting lift, spin, and he reckons it's a good batting track as well, so all round.
Well, this is all part of the qualification pathway to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup in 2020. The winner of this tournament will then progress to the global qualifier held in the UAE. Now, both of these teams, just because of the results they've had in the tournament, got unable to qualify for it, but they are playing for pride. We are going to take a look at the points table though, and here we're going to see Jersey on top at the moment, in the driving seat on 8 points, Italy in second, and Germany in fourth. Now, today could be quite tense. We have 4 games of cricket all streamed live on the ICC YouTube channel and also on the Men's T20 World Cup Facebook channel, so you can catch all the action. Our colleague Andrew Leonard is over commentating at College Field as Germany are taking on, what is it, they're taking on Guernsey, Jersey right now, aren't they, at the top of the table? So technically, if the result goes Germany's way and then Jersey also lose their last game as well, we could see an absolutely classic finish here. But it's all to play for, but what an opportunity to play in the World Cup.
Oh, absolutely. And I think just how they approach the games and how they go about their innings, putting high scores up, taking as many wickets, definitely has an impact later on the points table and as you move into the final day of the tournament. Again, I suppose these are replay games. Well, not replay, but this is a reserve day because games during the week were called off due to rain. And the points table shows that it's kind of up to grab for maybe 2 teams there, but again, how they go about their first games is very important.
So I'm just going to correct myself there. Sorry, I will be commentating on Jersey, Germany towards the end of the day, which could be potentially a decider in the tournament, just because of net run rate and the points. But there is a game right now. Germany are taking on Norway. If they get the win there, then it could all be to play for at the final. In the final game at College Field, I'll be on commentary for that. But yes, Andrew Leonard is on commentary for Germany-Norway right now at College Field. And you will also be commentating on the final game at this ground as Denmark are going to be taking on Italy.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, these games are very important to these teams. They wouldn't get much international cricket, so they have to approach every game and try to get something out of it. Yesterday, just on the Denmark team, we didn't see Nikolai Legsgaard come in high up in the order, so we're interested to see if that happens today.
I've actually spoken to the coach.
Yeah.
So yesterday it was an interesting decision. We were a bit cautious. Hamid Shah, the captain, and Nikolai Legsgaard have been quite a formidable opening partnership. Consecutive 50s partnerships at the start of the innings, and have caused a lot of havoc for some of the teams they've played. But yesterday was very confusing to see why Lausgaard batted at number 8.
Yeah, well, we did point out on previous days that I suppose he's restricted in some ways with his technique, maybe his back leg. He's a very tall batter, breaks a little when he's playing his shots, doesn't connect fully. And I suppose the coach just felt that up front, playing against the pace that Germany had, that it mightn't work. But it was actually interesting then he didn't come in until number 8 with 1 over to go. And I think he actually could have been quite effective maybe against their spin bowlers.
I just had a conversation with the coach there, just asking what the reasoning behind that was. And he said very confidently it was merely down to the fact that they didn't feel that Nikolai Lausgaard had the ability to bat against the pace of the German openers. I mean, they were incredibly fast. You had the likes of Hazatullah Delatzai and also Craig Machedi bowling the opening spell there, and they were absolutely killing it. So fair enough, but he's going to open today. But it's going to be Guernsey batting side. Now Guernsey, we saw a timid start to the tournament against Jersey. Obviously Jersey looking like the strongest team and looking like they're going to seal their position in the global qualifier, but they've really come back fighting.
They have. There's no doubt in all these teams there's definitely skill and talent. It's just how they put it together. Ashley Wright, the player coach, has left himself out, and Nicholas Burke will be 13th along with Anthony Stokes, who's on the sideline as well. So they've brought in a few new players and maybe trying to give some experience to some of the other guys, and really try to get something out of the last day's play here.
Well, we're just seeing the opening pair there, and also the Danish side just walk out to the middle. It's going to be a great encounter, and if it's anything like the start we saw, the attempt at this match on Tuesday, it's going to be a flying start. Denmark, I think they've got a lot to play for today in terms of morale, in terms of confidence leaving this tournament, and also possibly picking up 2 wins today. And that will be a really strong finish to their tournament. But Guernsey, wonderful hosts of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe final. They've really put on a lovely show. Everyone here at the KG5 in the college field, it's been weather affected. And would you look at that, Kira? Blue skies now appearing just as the players walk out to the middle.
Absolutely, and the groundsman Stewart has worked really, really hard here. There's a few people around. It's starting to build. I'm hoping to see Denmark start with a lot of energy. They're going to open with the tallest bowler in the world, Nikolai Lausgaard, left arm orthodox. Again, it's proved challenging to some of the batters because he actually uses the wicket and really darts it in. So let's see how they get on up front. Just making sure they get the field set correctly here. I suppose these teams know each other so well. They know each other's games inside out, but it's trying to reinvent themselves each time and really get to know the T20 format.
Well, power play, the start of this game. It's Nikolai Lausgaard on your screen. Hensley Toole, 22-year-old left arm orthodox bowler. He's delivered a couple of beauties in the tournament.
So it's 85 minutes for this innings, which is timed by umpires, and the third umpire today is Mary Waldron.
That's runs off the mark straight away by captain Josh Butler. He has been a formidable presence in the middle. One of the top run scorers. He was the top run scorer until we saw an unbelievable knock by Jonty Jenner yesterday in Jersey's match against Italy. But Josh Butler had one of the knocks of the tournament. He's an unbelievably classy batsman to watch.
He is, and Denmark would have highlighted him, but also I suppose you want to support this batter and allow him to play free cricket so he can build on an innings.
That's just pushed forward, almost a catch there by Lausgaard, and he was using them long legs just to dive down. He almost felt like he could stretch 2 meters there.
I think he lost his footing. He's the only person on the pitch that could have taken that catch.
Well, he has picked up 4 wickets so far in the tournament. With 3 matches, only gone for 46 runs as well. Advances down the crease there. And Tom Kimber just manages to sneak a single. This has been a steady start here from Nikolai Lausgaard.
It's a long week, Ian. It's a lot of stop-starting, and also just, I suppose, the weather conditions. Am I playing? Am I not playing? You know, and trying to get your head around this. You know, the mental side of it can play a huge big part, and maybe some sore bodies here today, and they've really got to get through that. And stay together as a team and try finish as strong as they can.
Well, Josh Butler, second highest run scorer in the competition, 123 runs from his 4 innings. High score of 65 as well. He's been very impressive, and he's been very impressive on the eye as well. He's a wonderful batsman to watch. That was a good bit of bowling there. The 22-year-old just getting the better of him there. Well, that's a nice over there. Just 2 off it to start off in this game. Denmark versus Guernsey here at the KG5. If you're just tuning in, both these sides not within a chance of winning the tournament anymore. Just going to take a look at the points table once again. Jersey at the top. In pole position right now to claim that spot in the global qualifier. They'll be taking on Germany later on today. So I think we're going to see the other youngster, Oliver Holt. A 19-year-old, left arm medium pace. Going to be bowling from the Beauvoir end.
Beauvoir.
There we are. We've, if you've been tuning into the coverage, Kira and I have been trying to find out the names of the ends. Starting off with this end and that end, far end and near end, hotel end, dog walking end, football pitch end, and 3G end. But it is, in fact, the Beauvoir end. It's a really nice start by Holt. Great length. Like we're saying, we're chatting with Stuart, the groundsman here, former Guernsey player himself. He was chatting about how the pace yesterday of Zatula Delat side was actually getting something out of the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. It was coming through. The wicketkeeper was taking it up, just up head height.
Well, this is wonderful to see as well. Blue skies, sunshine. Almost as soon as the cricket started, the clouds are almost departing away to the right here, above our commentary position, which is such a nice sight. As soon as the players walked out, the sky appeared.
They might actually be heading over to Andrew at College Park, the clouds.
Well, if anyone's tuning into that game, I do worry. Well, it's driven hard down the ground, but it's going to find the player there. And direct hit, could have been out. Well, that's a really nice bit of fielding. There's Gino Jojo there, the hard arm. But he managed to sneak in a single there. Tom Kimber keen to reverse the strike. It's just pitched.
That was fantastic feeling. He came in like a plane. He just stayed low, and he didn't rise up too early. Got ball in hand and attacked the stumps. Nice cricket. Great shot at 2.
Well,
it's just an inside edge to backward square, kind of 45 area. Just rotating the strike nicely. There's definitely a better energy around the Denmark team today, Ian.
and that's gone high in the air. Could bind the man at deep square leg. Caught. That spells the end of Tom Kimber. He departs for 2. I think you're talking about the energy there, but Oliver Holt really set that one up, and I think he fell into the trap.
He did. It was a great catch as well. There's a good bit of wind out. White ball in the clear skies as well. But there's definitely a better energy here today from the Denmark team.
Well, that's a very good start as Tom Kimmer departs for 2. Guernsey now 4 for 1 in the second over. In the power play, you're only allowed the 2 men out of the inner ring. Clearly set one at deep square leg. He put the shorter ball in there. I think that's an ambitious shot to play in the second over if you don't feel fully confident in putting that all the way over the boundary.
Absolutely. I think what you said earlier on is right. He did set him up a little bit for that. Bowling a little bit full, and then just put in a short ball and had it supported by his fielder on the square boundary.
Well, Nikolai Lausgaard, one of the loudest players in the field in this entire tournament, constantly jeering, constant shouts of encouragement. As Ollie Hold picks up a wicket. Second over of the match, 4 for 1 now. I think we're going to see Matthew Stokes facing up. Just going to get that confirmed for you. Straight off the mark. Really good running there. Just plays that onto the offside there and picks up a single. Well, it's actually Lucas Barker, pardon me. It's the new man at the crease. Coming in to bat with his captain, Josh Butler. Well,
Josh Butler's had a fantastic tournament so far. Really led with the bat. And got his team out of maybe some awkward situations as well.
This is the team and lineup right now for Guernsey. A really strong selection of players, and they really performed in a lot of stages of this tournament. No Ashley Wright though, the player coach. It's Nikolai Lausgaard. Big strike on the appeal on the pad. The umpire having none of it. Goes for the sweep shot. Just finds the man at fine leg there, but they do run a single. I think that shows the ambition here at Guernsey, how they're going to approach this. I'm very intrigued to see how they go about this, because we've seen them falter a couple of times in this tournament throughout their innings. But I'm excited to see them build something here. Build a larger total. It's just pushed onto the leg side there. I want to see if Joshua Butler can control an innings from the start. Opening. He doesn't normally open. And possibly get a score of 125 plus here. Well, that's a sweep shot there. There's not going to be a fielder directly at deep square leg. But he does manage to do the fielding. He was lucky there. I think if that fielder was maybe 3 steps in, that could have been a catch.
It also works well. I suppose he's left-handed and he could run onto the ball and release at the same time. Just getting the right fielders in the right place. Just the 45 position can be quite awkward. You're trying to read the ball off the bat. And if the batters get it right, there usually is a single there, because it's not an easy place to stop a single.
Goes high in the air. I don't think there's going to be a fielder there. If this could be an unbelievable catch. And that's Delaware Khan doing the fielding. Yeah, had to really get his marathon legs running there. He ran a long way round. Well,
he just didn't quite get hold of that shot there. But again, I suppose it's the power play. They only have 2 out, and he did break the infield, so low risk in that sort of regard. But they just want to keep the runs ticking over, so when Denmark spread the field, it'll open up a little further for them.
picks up the single there. This is Josh Butler and just rotates the strike once again. Now, Oliver Holt has really impressed me throughout this tournament. He's shown great variation. Says he's a left arm medium, but I think he's varied on medium fast. He's not afraid to confront the batsman like you saw there. And, you know, someone so young playing in a tournament of this magnitude, a lot of stake. He's performed very well.
He has. He's played a very consistent role, but also I think he's had some good support from the other end, which has allowed him to play some free cricket. Getting tongue-tied very early today, Ian.
Oh, it's the same with me. 4 wickets in the tournament so far, Oliver Holt. That one is just signalled wide there by umpire Kearns. Well, a little bit of a commentator's curse there, just singing his praises, and just puts one down the leg side there. It really is the most stunning day now. Gorgeous day. If you're in Guernsey tuning in, go and support your national side here against Denmark. Gives him the full delivery there. Lucas Barker just snags a single. It's good running and good fielding. It's good cricket all round.
I suppose the fielders are sitting on the circle dots and just trying, I suppose, to cut off boundaries, but at the same time just have to be aware that they've got to cut off those singles. Again, good fielding. Just batter's too quick at this occasion.
Oh, straight into the hands of the bowler. That's a really nice piece of bowling from the 19-year-old. Gives him again the almost Yorker delivery. Just collects straight into the hands of Oliver Holt. Just having a look at the field here, and we've seen this a lot during the power plays. Just playing a deep third man, a deep square leg out of the ring. Ambition with the field settings, Kira, has been something we've discussed quite a lot over the week. And whether or not captains have been attacking enough.
Yeah, it's interesting in T20 cricket. We've seen a lot of, I suppose, just orthodox field settings. I just felt at times maybe when they needed to get more wickets or take more wickets, they just didn't think outside the box a little and maybe put added pressure on the batter.
Again, fiddle delivery. Josh Butler unable to get his full bat face on that, and that's really good bowling once again from Holt here. This is proving to be a nice over apart from the wides. Intent. I know, I knew it was going to come up early, and Kira last, because that's been probably the buzzword for me throughout the entire tournament, but teams having this intent to push on, get a wicket, get a couple more, or get the runs on the board and create something. Sometimes I felt Denmark as well early on lacking in maybe that intent, and also Guernsey. That's gone high, and yeah, it's going to miss the field here. Lausgaard's going to be underneath it, and it's going to roll away, but he does very well here. Just slows up at the boundary. Just going to collect a couple runs there. Well, it's very fortunate that mid-on, very close in there, and just evades, and Lausgaard gets, well, Oliver Holt, sorry, gets a bit of a punishment at the end there by Josh Butler. He moves on to 6 of 11, and Lucas Barker 5 of his 7 balls, 50 for 1 after 4 overs here. But going back to that conversation, it's teams having that mentality of to keep pushing on and possibly not let the game get out of your sight.
Yeah, with bat or ball, and I suppose it's 120 balls each innings, and you've really got to break it down into little spells and get little wins along the way. The wind has picked up here a little. It's definitely cutting across the pitch. See a change of bowling from the far end.
The 3G end? Yeah, that is definitely called the 3G end. I don't think there's any debate about that. There never was. Gino Jojo is in now. One of the best names in world cricket, in my humble opinion. Gino Jojo. 32-year-old right arm medium bowler from Denmark. In all honesty, think I just enjoy saying his name.
You need to get a picture with him.
There we are. Little fanboy here. Gives him a full toss, and that's punished. Really nice shot there by Lucas Barker. That came right at him, and it was almost like a baseball swing as he pushes that down to long on and grabs a boundary. Well, you can't deliver balls like that.
Oh, absolutely. And if you look at Jojo's run-up, he has a lot of little steps and really has a kind of a slingy action, I suppose, that gets his power from his shoulders, upper body.
Short delivery and almost finds the edge of Lucas Barker there. Now the Denmark players are coming in, giving Jojo a bit more encouragement. It's good to see. Kira, you're a big fan of that. Just constant conversations between the fielders and the players.
Yeah, absolutely. But, especially for the batters. It's 2v11 out there. And you must, if they're on top of you, you must keep each other going and talk through it, work your way through each over.
Really nice bowl in there from Gino Jojo. They're just going to grab a single as the ball slides onto the offside there. Direct hit. Possibly could have been a run out with Lucas Barker looking really in control right now. I think, again, Josh Butler has had two types of innings. We've seen him play the supporting role and total up a half century against Jersey. And we also saw him that wonderful 62 in the last game, where he played the more attacking role. Driven hard down the ground. It's going to find a player there at mid-off. A little bit of a misfield there, but he does well enough to push it in front.
The fielder at mid-off there, left-hander, will be looking for a run-out. He's not going to want them to take any more singles to him at either end.
That's gone high in the air. There's no player there. Sisan Shah collects. He was standing right down at deep third man there. Again, if he was maybe 3 or 4 steps in, he could have got that, but he did find the top edge. Fortunate, Josh Butler, just at the end there.
It doesn't matter how the runs come, the scoreboard just keeps on going up. Obviously we want to be playing the fancy shots and, be in total control, but again, it's 22 off 5, and they'll certainly want to keep on building on that.
Yeah, we certainly saw an unbelievable display of power hitting yesterday by Craig Machete, hitting 5 sixes and an over at this ground against the bowling of Denmark captain Hamid Shah. It was a wonderful display of power hitting. You can also catch that video online on the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Twitter and Facebook page. You're going to have to exclude some... let me put it on mute as my commentary gets a little bit overexcited. It's very exciting to watch, but I wonder Hamid Shah, how he's going to respond. It's Delaware Khan now having a bowl. Well, we saw Khan strike early in that game against Germany yesterday. About taking the wickets at crucial points in this format of the game, and it's maybe something that Denmark have lacked. Guernsey have got a lot better at it actually throughout the tournament than the last couple of games we saw. And that's found the edge there. It's just going to be collected behind the stumps.
Batter just before the bowler came in there, just adjusting his stance, taking it a little bit more of an open stance. He's obviously looking to play to his strengths. Trying to read the bowler. Again, these are things that I'd like to see the batters, well, obviously at the end of the over, communicate with each other, help each other out.
Get it, swings, the cry from Lesgaard. That's just going to fall back there to third man. Collects a single. Well, there is a bit of movement in this pitch, like we were saying, if you're just tuning in here. Denmark won the toss, elected to bowl first. Probably a sensible decision after the last time these two met. They played an innings, and Denmark was sitting on 90 something for 9. Guernsey very impressive, and again, not the strongest performance of the bat yesterday by Denmark as well. They also got a double header today. It's good running in the middle there. It could be a direct hit. But it lands up being a very comfortable run there by Josh Butler and Lucas Barker. But Denmark double header today playing Guernsey, and then they'll be playing Italy. Kira Metcalf will be on commentary for that. For the KG5. I'm going to make my way down to College Field to commentate Germany versus Jersey. Could prove to be a very exciting game. This final day of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals. It's been a tremendous tournament. Rain affected. We're using these reserve days and the glorious sunshine shines down. That's just going to find Ledsgaard there and mid-on. Really good bit of fielding. He had to dive onto his right, and he is that tall man. We're going to keep talking about it. I do remember, it's one of my highlights of this tournament as we were having our lunch in between the two games. I think it was the second day. And in comes Nikolai Lausgaard. And Kira Metcalf's face at the height of the man. I don't know if shock, admiration, or awe is the right word to use.
Pain in my neck looking up.
Full of delivery there by Can. They're just going to grab another single, collected very well. The man at cover. That's Oliver Holt.
Both batters really choosing an open stance here to that particular bowler.
What's a good over there? Ends the power play 26 for 1. Just the 4 singles off that over. And Khan, that's a lovely start to his spell. Well, I think it was a deliberate choice by Guernsey to go easy in the power play here. I think they're going to feel more confident with numbers in hand and perhaps going a bit bigger in the latter stages of the innings as we start to see more fielders coming out now. We have, just have a look here, we have a deep third man, deep fine leg, deep square leg, deep point. So he's gone for the pretty standard field here, and I think he's going to put the man long off and keep mid-on short.
I think you're absolutely right, Ian. They've adapted their style and they've grown into the competition, Guernsey, and they're definitely playing better cricket here, and you can see that they have a better idea of how they want to approach their innings.
Wonderful bit of bowling there by Gino Jojo. Just beats the bat of Josh Butler. He prodded forward. He went searching. That's going to be a nice sight for Jojo as he continues to bowl from this 3G end here. There's not the biggest of slopes, but from our commentary position you can see that the wicket in the middle does dip down just ever so slightly where Josh Butler's standing. If you land the ball in the right place, it can stay down. Maybe catch the batsman out. That's cut away into the deep. It's going to be collected by Hashmi there at point. Jojo just bringing in. This is clear. This is, well, just it's now long on and mid off. Lucas Barker just going to run the single here. Well, that's the thing. They clearly see the stronger side. So Lucas Barker is the onside. So they're just going to swap the players again. This constant fluctuation in the field, T20 cricket, we've seen this a lot in the tournament, but I don't think we've seen enough of it, Kira, personally, as we stand on the final day here. Full of delivery, that's played onto likes. Oh, well, that's a wonderful shot. Butler gets enough on that. He just pushes that away, down and long on, there's no fielder there. And it's a very fast outfield here at the KG5.
Certainly is, and I think just from what you just said there, I suppose from Guernsey side, if they keep the singles ticking over, they will get a loose ball and they can put it away, and it just relieves the pressure and keeps that scoreboard going up. I would prefer the mid wicket to be slightly more pushed around to be in line with the bowler stumps, just cutting off, because yesterday we saw a lot of soft hands there pushing for 2.
Well, slapped away down the long off. Wants 2 there, Lucas Barker, but Josh Buttler remains confident that just a single. And
again, Ian, going back to getting fielders in the right place. I've seen it in the past, been very effective having a left-hander at mid-wicket, just on how they can approach the ball.
contrary to what the scorebar says, that was a single, not a dot ball. That just finds the edge there, just misses the fielder, a backward point. Sishan Shah does the collecting duties. It was a nice effort. Doval on the ground, did Baharaj there. He was unlucky not to find the ball as the batsman meet in the middle. We're just going to take a look at the bowling figures so far in the game. It's been a steady start by Denmark. I think they'll be happy just to restrict 33 for 1 after 7 overs. Well, they are going to have to get a push on in the latter stages of this game, Guernsey, but as you can see, the economy rate sitting very comfortably, apart from Gino Jojo from his 2 overs, but Nikai Lausgaard and Oliver Holt doing very well in their first 2 overs just to restrict the runs from 9 and 6.
Totally agree. I think if you asked them what they wanted beforehand, I'm sure they'd like an extra wicket here. But 34 off 7 is really good going in a T20 match.
Oh, and he goes missing there. Tom Kimber was stretching for that. Almost questions maybe a wide ball at the end, but
I'd like to see Guernsey keep the run rate ticking over, because we have seen that they came up 10 short against Italy, and seeing them maybe hit out and really build on it on an innings.
Well, shorter ball there, and it's going to be pulled away, and that's a wonderful shot for 4. Gave him the shorter delivery, and that's been punished, and that's rolled away for the boundary. 4 more to Lucas Barker, and he moves on to 18 off his 19 deliveries. We were chatting about the dynamic of who's going to play the supporting role here, but as this partnership moves into about 34 runs, I think they are both going to be going for that steady, keep the runs ticking over approach here, Kira.
Yeah, and that's just what I was about to say. I hope they can finish out an innings really strong.
Wow, that's a nicer delivery. This just pushed onto the onside there, grabs a single, and just switches strike here. And we're chatting about how classy Josh Buttler is at the crease. Lucas Barker, he's looking very impressive. A couple of well-timed shots. It was a wonderful shot for 4 raised his leg, pulled that away. No better side in cricket.
You're being attacked by a spider, Ian.
It's been Spiderville, KG5. I don't know what it's about, where our commentary position is, but being attacked by the. How many legs do spiders have? How many legs do spiders have?
There's one on the TV there as well.
There is. Oh goodness gracious me! Oh, pardon me.
Man down.
Wait, how many legs do spiders have? Am I being stupid here? 8.
8.
8. Yeah. All right.
You're making me itchy.
As the sun shines down on KG5 once again. Filler delivery by Campbell. That's just played down a third man. Smart batting. Lucas Barker, he moves on. It's 19 now. Pardon me, 20. As Butler faces the end of this over. 41 for 5. They've got to be heading towards at least 60, I would say, when they reach the 10 over mark. That allows them to push on to that 100. Aim for a target of 120. Past score was given 160 at the start of the tournament. And he's bowled him! And that spells the end of Josh Buttler. Delaware Khan with a slower delivery there. Straight onto middle stump. And that spells the end for Josh Buttler, the Guernsey captain, in this tournament. Well, he's had a wonderful tournament with the bat. So he makes his way back to the pavilion. That's a sad end.
It is, and I think he was slightly disappointed. Not taking away from the bowler, that was really well bowled. He slowed the ball up. The batter obviously didn't read it, but I suppose he nearly considered himself in. So that's a pity.
We're just going to wait and see who the new man at the crease is here. But yeah, it was the slower delivery from Delaware Khan. I thought that was a really smart bit of bowling. Went for a couple singles, was happy to concede them. I think he just left Joshua Butler thinking a little too hard. He looks very disappointed as he makes his way into the pavilion as Matthew Stokes is the new man at the crease for Guernsey. He's not performed too badly as well.
Absolutely. I think he's going to take a few balls to play himself in and really support Barker. Barker's doing really, really well and playing some very nice shots.
Now the 23-year-old, he's scored 45 runs so far in the tournament. He was one of our ones to watch before we started, and we're used to seeing a Stokes-Butler partnership, not just down in England during the World Cup, but also for Guernsey in this tournament. But like you said, I think Barker's the one that needs to push on now. We've seen this a couple times in the tournament. Consecutive wickets happening, normally running in twos. Denmark have certainly picked up wickets in twos. They just meet in the middle here, have a little discussion. It's a nice end to the over there for Khan. If you're just tuning in now, this is the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals. All the games being streamed live on the ICC YouTube channel and also on Facebook. Ram shot, and it's 2 wickets in 2 balls. Well, that was a really ambitious shot there from the batsman. I think we're going to be left wondering, what on earth was he thinking?
I think that was a bit adventurous for his first... sorry, my bad. Barker he misread that completely and just didn't commit fully to the shot. Unfortunately, he's been bowled. And that is a big loss. It's just 2 new batters now at the wicket.
Well, Lucas Barker departs for 20 odds. So we're getting more spiders in. Well, Nicola Lausgaard again picks up a wicket. I think going for that ram shot, it was like a scoop. He was trying to play it round. I think he got caught for pace there. Well, that's Lucas Barr. Suddenly the scorecard looks like a very different story here for Guernsey. 41 for 1, 41 for 3 in the space of 2 balls. So we welcome the new batsman at the crease. Well, well, well. We said they've been coming in twos, and would you look at that? 2 in 2 balls.
Just disappointing, I suppose, and especially a coach will have to highlight that. Just what's their thought process around when a wicket goes. You know, you don't want to stop batting, but you don't have 2 wickets and 2 balls. It's hard. It's a big job now for these 2 guys at the crease.
Well, Lee Fairbrushed, the new man in, and he is the 7th highest run scorer in the tournament, so he can perform. 89 runs in the tournament so far. There we are, just plays a safer shot there, just to maybe stop the momentum of Denmark getting 3 from 3. Nicola Lausgaard 6, and Fick runs 1 wicket. It's very keen here. Just pulls that away. He's going to grab a single. I always think it's a nice thing in cricket when you see the bowler like gently jog back and very keen. They clearly, I mean, you must have done it yourself. Feel very confident to bowl the next ball. You think you've got the momentum with you.
Yeah, and absolutely, and it sends a message to the rest of the field. The fielders get up, you know. The enthusiasm can be contagious.
Well, that's just nudged forwards.
That's better length by Nikolai. He just sometimes a little bit short, especially when he's trying to dart it in.
You know, confidence is such an important thing. We've discussed this week. You know, the game being 90% mental and thinking about it, but getting on top at this moment, Denmark. Do they need to keep being ambitious and go for wickets, or is it just about restricting the singles and just not allowing these batsmen to get comfortable at the crease?
I think it's a bit of both. It's
a really nice length, and that's been cut fine. Gonna find the man at deep third man. Bashir Shah collects there for Denmark. Another couple runs, and that's going to fill the batsmen with a bit more confidence as they
I think they should have really pushed for a third there. All of these runs will add up. Running between the wickets now, if the ball's heading away, is absolutely vital. Just going to double check the score.
Well, 45 for 3 after 9 overs. Nicola Lausgaard picking up a run as our scoreboard just updates itself. Well,
it's interesting to see what they've spoke about pre-game. Denmark as well, just going back to your point. Are they really trying to get this team all out? Are they going for the restriction? It depends on their strengths as well.
Now Bashir Shah is going to be the bowler here from the Beauvoir end, the KG5. Left arm orthodox. I think seeing 2 wickets in the last 2 overs, then suddenly it's your turn. You're going to want to strike, Guernsey. We've seen this again in this tournament from all the teams, including Jersey at the top. Quick wickets and having to build themselves up again. Denmark really wanting to get the momentum from this Europe final. They really are playing for a bit of pride here.
It's got a little bit chilly.
It has. Suddenly the clouds come over and the sun's gone away. It all gets a bit cold in the commentary. What's a wide to start off, Bashir Shah? It's not a nice thing to start your bowling spell with a wide. Just getting his length right. For the delivery though, that's much better. He's found it there, right at the feet of the batsman. That's much better.
First fielder on the pitch for spinning. You
haven't said that in a while, Kira. And I'm happy you did.
Thank you.
Well, Stokes just pushing that towards extra cover there. Grabs a single. The first fielder on the pitch. Was that your mentality? Did you say that to yourself before every game? You look at yourself in the mirror.
Ian, I certainly
I'm
didn't.
the first fielder on the pitch.
Well, I wouldn't say regret, but I was the worst fielder off my own bowling.
Why was that? Were you too afraid to jump on the ground?
For many reasons, but it's certainly something that I coach. Be better.
Well, there we are. That's just going to slide away to third man there. Chino Jojo does the fielding. So why were you a bad fielder? Well, give me the reasons. If you were to coach someone that was a bad fielder, and you saw a lot of yourself. Sorry. Fielder delivery there, and that's just pushed away the long on. Oliver Hold out there.
I'm going to say I was so I was concentrating so much on bowling that maybe I forgot about the next part.
What about the batting?
Listen, Ian, this is not Pick on Kira Day.
We've barely discussed your international career on air.
No.
And that's just cut away into the deep, but picked up by extra cover.
So just at the moment they have a short third and a backward point. Cow corner, a deep square.
I think they've done their research on Matthew Stokes here. He's a man that likes to play on the back foot and cut the ball away. Backward point's probably a clever decision. I'm quite intrigued to see their setup against Lee Fairbrush here. Like I said, he's scored a fair amount of runs in the tournament so far. 89, a high score of 55. Be interested to see if he can just push on again. As we just going to reach the it's 10 overs and they're 48 for 3. Do they push on now? Lausgaard once again.
Again, we kind of spoke about this earlier on. I think if they keep the singles definitely ticking over, they are picking up 1, if not 2 loose balls and over, but they have to score then big off them. And then, so they're pushing on a little bit, but not going too much out of their comfort zone, I suppose, at the moment.
Big appeal there, like before wicket, but that's one of them appeals when I think they see the pad, they rise up, 2 seconds to scream, they see obviously the umpire wants absolutely nothing to do with it, and they give up.
Yeah, I think he also was maybe a little bit too far down the wicket at that stage.
So just having a look at the score at the other ground, there's a little bit of a misfield there, and they run for a single. Live coverage of Germany versus Norway at the college fields. Norway currently 46 for 3 in the 9th over, so a very similar position to Guernsey. And that almost in the hands of the fielder there at mid-wicket. I think Fairbrush got very lucky there. I'm not sure why. That's why Mahmood didn't go for that.
Yeah, I think it took him by surprise. I actually don't think he was fully ready there.
Cut away.
Especially at those key positions. Extra cover, mid-wicket. With the field spread, that fielder has to be ready for take whatever they can.
Advances down, lofted into the air again. A diving catch there by the fielder.
And he was ready for that.
That is a spectacular recovery. I believe that was Delaware Khan standing at mid-wicket there. He dove fast and hard onto his left-hand side there. Two-hand collect. And that spells the end of Matthew Stokes. 53 for 4 now.
I think Legsgaard has deserved these wickets. He's bowled very well, and he's really kept on top of the Guernsey batters and done a job for his team.
Well, another slow walk back to the pavilion here as we see a new batsman come in. 53 for 4 after 11 overs. Lausgaard picks up his second, 13 for 2 from his 4 overs. Really impressive figures for the 22-year-old left-arm orthodox bowler.
It's interesting. I'm not sure if Ashley Wright is injured. Would he have maybe reversed the order and kept himself and lower down just to be a bit of a pinch hitter? It's hard to know all the time, but I feel just he could be a little bit of experience here to come in right now that could just open up this game a little for them.
Yeah, I do wonder whether the very experienced Ashley Wright has picked up a niggle, or whether they just wanted to play youth in their final game here at the tournament. David Hooper is the new man at the crease. Can also perform with the bowl, David Hooper. Just nudged onto the leg side there and collected by... Oh, we've got Nikolai Lausgaard long on here. Hamid Shah, mid-wicket.
Again, using his feet really well there, mid-on, mid-off or out. Picking up an easy single. No risk at all.
We did see a couple of drop catches yesterday for Denmark, which we failed to mention so far in this broadcast against Germany, including a pretty easy catch at mid-wicket by Hamid Shah. He managed to get the wicket of Craig Mashiri afterwards, but that was after being hit for 5 sixes and over. And he's bowled him. Oh, pardon me, it was just a stumping net. Oh no, he has.
He has
He
bowled
has
him.
depart, but there's little celebration on the field there. The bails came straight off. Apologies for the confusion. And that spells the end of David Hooper. As Bashir Shah picks up a wicket in his second over. Wickets seem to be tumbling in very quick succession here, Kira.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Denmark are bowling well. They've really pulled this back. I would like to see a little bit more of a celebration. They are trying to get something out of this, and they're clearly on top here.
I don't know whether this is a mental attitude they have. They look very driven. They clearly just met up in the middle there and had a little chat, and it seemed like a 1-2-3, let's go.
Yeah.
And let's continue. Let's get them out for 70 possibly here. But very quick wickets here. 54 for 5. That partnership of Joshua Butler, Tom Kimber, Lucas Barker, pardon me, seems a while ago. Managed to go 30 odd, but Bashir Shah picks up another. Nikolai Lausgaard's picked up 2.
There's lots of chops and changes, just with regards to the play, I suppose, from all teams. We've seen, they're very strong in one innings. The next day, it's up and down, and I suppose them playing a bit more cricket will give them that experience, and trying to get them to put their full game, putting it in, getting it all sorted, and having the batting and bowling firing
Oliver Newey, the new man at the crease for Guernsey. Just played further. Going to go for a single hit. Direct kick could have been out. That was Delaware Khan standing at third man. Not quite quick enough to pick up the ball and do that one-handed, like an aeroplane. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That means a lot. That's going to roll away. I don't think it's got enough to get to the boundary.
You should push for 3.
It's really good running.
Oh, it's gone.
And that's gone for 4 there. Well, they got a bit lucky there. Sharp put a bit more on that, and it just kind of skipped past the hands of Abdul Hashmi. And rolled away for 4. Well, it really is the most stunning day here at the KG5. Nice to see that the weather has played ball throughout most of the tournament. Used to the reserve days on both occasions here, as 4 games that were washed out on the Tuesday are being played today. So we're just going to take a look at that all-important points table. We're going to see Jersey sitting at the top here on 8 points. They're going to be playing Germany today. Germany are going to grab a victory possibly today against Norway. If they do, they grab a victory against Jersey. It's all going to come down to run rates, and they need to get a very convincing win against Norway and then an unbelievably convincing win against Jersey to stand a chance in winning the tournament. But at the moment, it's looking like Jersey are going to grab that spot, the global qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose coming into these tournaments, you have to be very aware of how you play and how your scores impact the overall points table. It definitely features later on in the tournament, and we're down to the big day now to see who will qualify.
You're right, it is the big day in Jersey, Germany. Should be a fantastic game at College Field. I'll be on commentary duties for that in the afternoon. You can also catch our colleague Andrew Leonard on commentary. Germany facing Norway right now on YouTube again and on the Facebook streams. Yesterday we also had a fantastic moment of sign commentary for the first time ever, we believe, on a cricket match, as that ball's just played really nicely down to Bashir Shah. Deep third man, but that was wonderful to be part of that and see the reception that we got for sign language commentary on a cricket match. Umesh Valji, MBE, the man doing the duties there, standing in front of the green screen.
Absolutely, and the experience he brought to that as well. He's played for 20 years for England, and he's a fantastic career.
Oliver Hold now bowling from the 3G, and he did have a bit more pace in that. Shorter delivery, pulled away nicely by Lee Fairbrush. Moves on to 10. 64 for 5 now in the 13th over.
The last 2 shots here, Ian, the ball has just been pushed around for singles, and it hasn't challenged the batters, and I'd really like to see them use their confidence and not be afraid of this bowling. They clearly have the batting skill to push up that scoreboard.
And the run rate's currently sitting at about 5 and over. Just about. I think they've really got to push on here and try and at least get a score of 115, 120. I think that has been par score on these pitches. We got told 160 by the groundsman Stuart at the start of the week. But we've only seen one team reach that echelons of that score, and that was actually at College Field. We saw a couple 150s as well. But this is a pitch that has favoured the bowlers' side, I would say.
Yeah, I agree, and they've also used it well. I think Guernsey have lost wickets at crucial stages. Losing them one ball after the other is just not in the game plan, I presume. But again, how to finish out an innings and how to really put it together is something I'm sure they're going to take from this week that they need to maybe work on. There's little turning points you get in an innings, and they need to recognise them.
That's driven hard. It's going to find the man there. A deep cover. Again, that came out the bat so sweetly in middle. Heard that nice whack or ping, or I don't know what other word we could use to describe the sound of a ball coming off the bat.
Well, it was beautiful to watch. He was balanced, and he again, not challenging him at all. That they have the skill. It's fantastic. They just need more game time.
Oliver Holt just going for 5 singles so far. And it's going to be 6 off the over, 6 singles. That's much better from the Guernsey batsman there. Like you said, they're probably going to have to challenge a bit more, and there are gaps in this field.
Well, there is 7 overs to go. 7 by 6 is 42. So even if they took a ball, that's still bringing them up over 100.
Very quick maths there, Kira.
Thank you.
Much better than me.
I think I've mentioned this a couple of times, break it down into balls and what you want or how you want to approach it instead of counting down the overs. Field a spread and just run the singles. Again, all very easy when you say it like that.
Everything looks easy from the commentary box. Bashir Shah coming in again. Oh, slow hesitation there. That hit the toe of the bat. Bashir Shah hold a filler delivery. Had Taranjeet Baharaj running straight in from backward point. That's lofted into the air, just finds hands of man, extra cover. Left another single here. You've spoken about this a lot actually, in terms of splitting well. For example, one thing is, not seeing it as overs and seeing it as number of balls. Setting yourself targets, is that something the teams will be doing before the game and saying you're going to reach this point in the game and you're going towards that's lofted into the air? Could have been caught there, but I think it bounced off the ground. But setting these little mini goals throughout the game.
Yeah, there's many different teams take different approaches. Some might say, oh, let's get 120, and then they leave it up to the batters to break it down, or it could be broken down further into, you want to be a certain amount of overs, you want wickets in hand. There's many different ways it's done, but overall keeping the run rate ticking over.
And what was the mentality as we just see Shah come in? What was the mentality when you went into bat? What was the game plan every time?
I can't give out.
You can't give out them secrets.
I can't. But just one thing I've noticed, when they used their feet to this bowler here, they were able to push the single along the ground. He's got his field set well for the left-arm bowler, and he's tied them up a little bit in that over now and slowed it down because they got 6 ones the last over and just 1 coming off that over.
It was a really good decision to have a backward point there, and it was almost nearly manoeuvring into the fly set position as third man came in short. Like you said, they have got a well-spread field here. But I think they've got to play. What I'm really impressed by is Hamid Shah. I think he's going to be coming into bowl, possibly. We haven't seen the appearance from Hamid Shah yet. As Oliver Holt is going to bowl his 4th and final over from the 3GN. Well, we say Hamid Shah hasn't had a bowl yet. It did not help going for 5 sixes in the over from the power-hitting Craig Machete.
Yeah, maybe he feels he's dipped in form a little, but he did play a big role earlier on the week and he took 4 wickets, and he's definitely a good bowler. I don't think he should shy away from it. The spinners were going to be hit all the time, and he needs to just keep going. But again, they might left arm bowler here. This might be the tactic they're going for. Mid off back, cover back, fine leg, third man, and deep square at the moment.
That's a wide ball to Oliver Holt. 16 for 1, his figures now. 19-year-old has really impressed me. The first time we saw him. Great attitudes. Great variation in the way he's bowling as well. It's been a tournament. It's always a good thing to see with the youngsters doing so well. Short delivery there, pulled away. There is a man. Well, there's 2 men running after that. Almost a collision in the field there. As Ishan Shah came running in. There's a little hesitation. I think Nikolai just having a conversation about communication there.
The ball just a little bit short. I think the batter will actually be disappointed that he didn't put that away.
Driven hard. Finds the hands of Nikolai Lausgaard there. Just got a little wave in the commentary box. Right. Bashir Shah standing at deep third man. Good to see the spirits are high, and why wouldn't they? They've got 71 for 5. Guernsey in the 15th over here.
You can see the batter just pushing out that ball there, losing a bit of shape in his action. I think that's the pressure the batters are under now, because they're just the runs have slowed down just a little bit in the last 2 overs.
It's played fine. They're going to run 2 here, and they are very ambitious there. Straight away, Oliver knew he wanted 2. Lee Fabrege, fair brush, sorry, just a little hesitant. Could be caught ball watching a little bit, but Oliver knew he straight away wanted the 2, and that's good running. Oliver hold, just one delivery, or pardon me, 2 deliveries to come. In his spell. That's driven hard, but there is a man there at long off. One bounce and stops the ball.
Yeah, I don't think that ball was going to go to his hand, although it did seem to sit up. It was kind of one of those awkward ones.
He was doing what you like to see. He was standing on the boundary. It wasn't in, which is fair enough, but he didn't quite get enough on that. Oliver Newey. We've seen that shoot. Again, we've seen that quite a few times. Batsmen just not completely swinging through and going for the boundary. That's why the incredible hitting of Craig Machete yesterday was so impressive. It was one of the first times we saw at this ground a batsman completely go for it and wallop the ball.
Wallop.
Wallop. I like that. That's maybe the noise it makes.
You said smack during the week.
Well, you know, you've got to vary. A little variety. There's listeners out there, viewers. Well, we'll just take a look at the scorecard here. Joshua Butler 17 and Lucas Barker partnering after losing Thomas Kimber early on, but Lee Fairbrush and Oliver Newey just a little bit of recovery here. David Hooper departed for a golden duck.
It's been an interesting week with runs on the board. Guernsey might feel that if they can just creep up to near that 100 mark, that might be enough. It hasn't been easy to chase. I know Rashidi yesterday definitely did capitalise, but it hasn't been an easy week.
I know what you mean. We failed to see successful chases at this ground. Then we saw 2 yesterday as Guernsey chased down 95 as they got Norway out 95 for 6 in a restricted game, 16 overs. So a straight drive there. It's going to find Lausgaard. Big armour Lausgaard as well, but then we saw Germany chase down 109, get 110. Like we said, thanks to the incredible hitting of Craig Machete. 30 off and over. Going to be happy to take another single here off the bowling of Shah. Direct hit the stumps. And that always fills you a bit of confidence. Absolutely. In the field.
Again, the batter's just getting a little bit of rhythm again, which is needed. Coming up to the 16th over, and that run rate has never really gone over 5 for this innings.
It's gone high in the air. There is a fielder there. It's just going to avoid them. Saif Ahmed. Just the fielding duties there at deep extra cover. Again, just getting a bit lucky. Lofting a drive, but not enough to go up and over the fielders. And that's bowled him. And that departs. Well, there's Lee Fairbrush. Departs for 17 off 21. It was a strange delivery. There wasn't much on that. And I think he went for a big sweep shot. And he's just missed him completely.
Yeah, he mistimed that. He'd moved himself across a little bit onto the off to try and manoeuvre the ball around, but it's nothing worse than getting bowled around the legs. But I think he's actually played a good innings there. He tried to really push it on, and I think this is Letitia coming in.
I think this is Luke Letitia. Well,
by all accounts, Luke Letitia can hit a big ball, and it'd be good to see him capitalise on that. We found out that Letitia had 2 hip replacements in the past years, so I think he's doing fantastic to recover from that.
Well, tremendous bowling figures here for the Denmark team. Lausgaard and Oliver Holt, the 22-year-old, the 19-year-old. 4 overs, 2 wickets for Lausgaard and 1 wicket for Oliver Holt, but a sheer shard down the bottom, collecting a wicket on his final delivery of his spell.
When your opening bowler comes out and really sets the tone, it's fantastic, because we did see yesterday an opening bowler of one of the teams went for 7 wides.
That was the Norwegian bowler.
Yeah, and that's just you're behind the 8 ball straight away. So it's just, yeah, if you're leading from the front, it makes the job easy for the captain, and just really gets the team up and about.
Well, Luke Letitia joining Oliver Newey. The crease here. Luke Letitia, his uncle is Matt Letitia, the former Southampton footballer, so a bit of sporting heritage on the pitch here. We actually saw Luke Letitia play a role as Guernsey grabbed their first ever T20 international victory yesterday. Playing Norway. Managed to secure that victory in that rain-affected international game. Driven hard. Almost a cut shot. Collected well on the boundary. That's Anik Udin there. Diving onto his front. One-handed stop. Just serving almost a certain 4. That was hit hard down the ground by Oliver Newey. Just setting the tone there. 4 overs to go. And I think they've got to be aiming for at least 100. Well, he's just got lucky there. He's found the edge of Oliver Newey as he collects another single, as Luke Letitia is going to face his first ball. Gino Jojo bowling from the 3G end here. Well, this is the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals. All part of the qualification pathway to the Men's T20 World Cup in Australia in 2020. But the winner of this tournament, the 6 teams playing here, will find their way on to UAE in October. In November, they're going to be playing the likes of Scotland, Netherlands, Ireland, Hong Kong, Zimbabwe, and the UAE, as they all seek to get a place in the Men's T20 World Cup. It's going to be an unbelievable competition. At the moment, all eyes on Jersey this afternoon. Right, he went for the bigger shot there, did Luke Letitia. He's the batsman that just likes to put his full body in it and just swing and hope it hits the boundary.
Yeah, again, we spoke about his talent. He clearly hit the ball. I just worry a little bit about his running between the wickets and just the pressure it might put on him. I suppose at this stage, with them needing every run.
Driven hard, and that could be a wonderful shot. We've just seen a bit of the hitting ability. That stopped really well there by Nicolau Lausgaard on the boundary, but that was a wonderful cover drive for nearly 4 there. Almost textbook technique.
Deserved a 4. It's a fantastic shot.
Yeah, they have got mid on and mid off deep. Playing a deep point. Deep square leg. Mid wicket standing pretty deep right now. Gives him the fuller delivery. That's going to slide past extra cover, and that's going to run away for 4, I think. No, Udin does the collecting once again on the boundary. And just another 2 to Letitia. Well, he's looking fantastic, Nick, and I know that's something a commentator shouldn't say, but he's looking brilliant so far.
Yeah, hitting the ball very clean. Just keeping that scoreboard ticking over and taking the pressure off the other batter at the other end. Oh, Ian's gone for double shades.
Yep, Sonny G's are on. I'm joining my fellow commentator Kira. I'm wearing glasses and sunglasses combination. Formidable partnership throughout this tournament. Has been
If anyone could see us.
yeah. So, Delaware Khan looks to be bowling again from the Beauvoir end here. As we just look around the ground, and a wonderful crowd coming in at the KG5 ground, watching Guernsey play their final game of this tournament. Wonderful hosts, as the Channel Island been. It's a beautiful place, as we've done some exploring, caught some wonderful sunsets myself. Last couple of days, last night's was absolutely beautiful, just on the coastline. Delaware Khan is pushed away deep, and that's a wonderful shot for 4 by Oliver Newey. Really well balanced, played that on the back foot, and that's run away for 4. One of the best shots of the day.
Fantastic shot. I actually think he was clever in where he placed it as well, because if he'd have pushed it out to the covers, there was a fielder there. Really good shot, and a release for the batters. That's 4 off the over now. They just need to keep on building on this and push up over 100.
Well, 90 for 6 now. Well, push down the ground, and just another single. They've already met that 5 and over run rate. Like you said, they're going to be pushing here with 3 overs to go to a score of, you would hope, 120. 125. It seemed about par here. Losing early wickets and losing consecutive wickets as well.
I'd really like to see them go for it. We did speak about this earlier, about them, just coming up 10 short against Italy and stuff. Don't leave anything behind. Go for it.
And there we are. I think he heard you in the commentary box here. He's gone for the boundary, and that's going to run away for 4. And there we are.
Yeah, fantastic
Acting as
shot.
a coach here, Kira.
Thanks, Ian. No, and that's lower shot for a guy that can hit the ball this clean. No fielder out there. The fielder was around at deep square. Also saves Letitia running.
Letitia, strong shot for 4. Over into long on. What next? Tries the ramp shot, and that almost hits the stumps. They're going to manage the single here as it just avoids the hands of Abdul Hashmi behind the stumps. I think he got a bit lucky there. Again, a very overly ambitious shot. He's just hit a nice shot for 4. A very confident stroke into long on. What's the need of adding that flare?
I totally agree, and especially considering that the mid-wicket is so far around, he could have soft hands there, ball coming down leg, and it just goes down as a dot ball. It's a win. That's a win to the Denmark team.
We get attacked by more spiders in the commentary position here. The KG5 ground in Guernsey. And that's hit away. That's going to find Udin fielding. Deep square leg. Another single. Letitia on strike now. Well, this is good captaincy. Hamid Shah is just bringing himself back into the more long on position to restrict that shot. I think they've seen the ball fly onto the leg side a couple times here, so Hamid Shah electing himself just to stand a bit closer to the boundary, almost in the cow corner region. Good captaincy, Kira. They're actually going to put extra cover in between the deep extra cover, a bit deeper as well. And he's gone, and there we are. Hamid Shah is just going to collect down. It's only going to be a single. Letitia holds his head back. I think he wanted more than that. I think he wanted to go over the boundary. He just practices that golf swing of a shot. That was Tiger Woods-esque. I wonder.
Yeah, I think Hamid is reading the situation well.
He just brings himself back in for Oliver Newey. And now he tries to go for the same shot. They're going to run a single here, and that's going to be out. Yep, and that's straight out. Letitia not fast enough between the wickets, possibly because he's carrying that injury. So he departs for 9. I think he's going to be very disappointed with himself. I think they were really setting himself up for a fiery 2 overs there. But they had to run the single there. They had wickets in hand. 99 for 7 now at the end of the 18th over.
They've still 2 overs in hand. So much can be put on. I'm glad he came out and played some shots. I'd like to see the rest come out. 2 overs in hand, go for it. Try push this total up as high as you can and challenge Denmark.
Well, new man at the crease here. We're just going to wait and see who it is to join Newey. So we just correct our scoreboard there, scoreboard below. Just fixing itself. It's Jordan Mattel, 23-year-olds. That's a bit of left arm medium. So I think 2 overs to go, a couple of wickets in hand. You got to go for this. It's a stunning day here at the KG5 ground. Beautiful blue sky. I think this is the best conditions we've had all week to play cricket.
Yep.
It's come on the reserve day.
And here's Esther.
He tries to go big there. Driven hard down the ground. It's going to find the fielder there at mid-on. Oliver Newey didn't quite get a hold of that. And it's just another single here. Well, it's been a pretty good over for both the batsman and the bowling side here. 1 wicket to Khan. He finished his 3 overs, 23 for 1. It's the score now, 100 for 7. They do reach that triple figure mark.
Yeah, the taller batter as well, having quite similar to legs guards against the fast bowlers. He breaks his back leg and just kind of opens up a little.
Oh, that's... Just waiting on for our scoreboard to update there. Apologies. This is... New over here with Gino Jojo bowling a second delivery. Again. Driven down the ground. I think they're going to run for 2 here. They got to run for 2. You should have run for 2. Well, Kira, we've talked about intent, and that's the situation where you got wickets in hand, just sitting with 2 overs to go. Why not go for the 2?
Yeah, maybe he wasn't on there, but definitely try to force the fielder to make a misfield and see what can happen.
That's a wonderful shot. I think that's going to run away for 4. And Nikudin does the fielding at deep cover. And they're going to collect 2. Well, that was hit very sweetly off the bat. Now, we're just going to double check the scoring here. Just take away our score bar. Let's just wait for our scorecard to update.
I don't know whether you can see in the distance there up towards the football pitch, the 2 biggest dogs we've ever seen are back.
It's a big swing and a miss there. Good bowling from Gino Jojo from the 3G end.
Have we found out the names of the dogs, Ian, have we?
The name of the breed or the name of the actual dogs?
The dogs.
Well, I don't know, but I've been giving them my own names. Big shot there. Lofted drive over the covers again, collected by Udin. Again, didn't quite get enough on that to reach the boundary. It's going to be 2. Oliver Newey, again, hangs his head with a bit of annoyance. Wanted to go for the boundary and just collecting the 2s there, but that's a pretty good over. Gino Jojo.
Just the batters just need to look at, he's very quick off the rope and he gathers the ball pretty quick, but I think there's also a run on his arm. And I mean that in the best way. You need to highlight that he maybe hasn't got the strongest arm on the field. And at this late stage, you need to know these things about where the fielders are, who's left hand, right hand, and who has the strongest arms. Just coming to the last over here.
Well, 103 for 7 with 1 over to go.
The field is fully spread. Infielders are sitting on the circle.
Well, he's gone hard. But again, it's going to find Lausgaard here at long on. Just the single.
Just the non-facing batter there took off really fast, and I feel he should have just turned and gone.
We're just getting an update from the other ground as well at College Field. Big swing and a miss there by the batsman. They're just lost a wicket. It's 83 for 8, Norway. In that clash against Germany. Germany looking to get a big win there. Possibly get a big win against Jersey later on in the afternoon fixture again. Stream live. I'll be on commentary for that. College Field. Big game to finish off this Europe final here in Guernsey. That's just missed the hands of the keeper there, Hashmi, behind the stumps, and he just managed to grab another single.
I'd actually like to see the batters maybe moving a little bit more towards the ball and just even picking up a single. Get bat on ball, especially with the speed of this bowler. It's just we do see a lot of, in the last few overs, swinging, trying to get the maximum and actually just get bat on ball and get one run. Again, Ian, easier said than done.
Easier said than done as we sit in our thrones in the commentary position. Hit hard, and I think that's going to get the boundary. That's a wonderful shot for 4. 110 the score now.
Batter stayed still, rocked back a little bit and took advantage of the short ball. Fantastic shot.
Well, 111, pardon me. So I mix up my counting. Was never very good at arithmetic at school. Rather use my words than use the numbers. Unfortunately, I'm commentating cricket. That's a big part of it. Kira, I've not got the mental arithmetic of you. 111 for 7 in the final over here. Big shot again. He's going to find the boundary. It's got enough on it for 6. A wonderful shot for 6 there.
Again, fantastic shot. Staying still, rocking back a little and just using the ball and the pace that the bowler's generating. I think they're looking to bring in third man, and Captain Hamid Shah is looking to push himself out to the boundary. If he's hitting like that, it mightn't work, but I suppose he's trying to give himself a little bit more cover there, reduce as many runs as he can. The umpire's just having a look at the ball to make sure it's not damaged.
Only 1 or 2 to come in the over. 117 for 7. Really good finish here by the batsman. Just pushes out onto the leg side.
Just on that, it just showed they've now got them to a position where they're 118 off 7 off the 20 overs, which they didn't look anywhere near at one stage. You know, counting the balls, realising that you've actually got a few overs that could be, there's a lot of balls to face and a lot of runs to get.
Absolutely. Well, we're just going to see the batsman depart here. Guernsey going to finish on 118 for 7. A really fantastic effort by Jordan Martell at the end. Oliver Newey doing very well as well. They were sitting on 99 for 7 in the 18th over. They've really pushed on to 118. Who is the highlight there? Denmark did very well with the ball, but did Guernsey do enough, do you think, to push on?
Barker played a big role in the middle, and Butler again. But I think everyone just came in, and they came in with a little bit of a clearer plan today and tried to put on as many runs as possible. And they actually went for it a little bit, which is actually nice to see, instead of holding back and leaving runs behind.
That was Guernsey's final batting innings of the tournament, and they've performed to and fro in all their matches, and I think it was a tremendous effort. We saw Joshua Butler get out early, but Oliver Newey, I think, was the star of the show there. So he's going to be playing wicketkeeper. He did very well just to control the innings as he came in the mid part, and I think he did very well to balance out the other batsmen. But let's have a look at the bowling card here. I'm just going to talk you through this as our graphics, unfortunately, just a bit faulting on the broadcast, but we'll talk you through it. And there's a real dynamic display of bowling from the Danish side here. Nikolai Lausgaard and Oliver Holt, the two youngsters, the 22-year-old and the 19-year-old, performing very well with the ball.
Yeah, they opened up well and they restricted them. They got wickets at right times, and I think all in all they'd be happy with their bowling. I'd say they're happy with this total. Maybe just in the last few overs they got away from them a little bit, short balls. But yeah, I think both teams will be pretty happy with that performance.
Well, just seeing the scorecard update there, so please just ignore the bottom numbers there. 118 for 7 after 20 overs, Guernsey. So Denmark are going to need 119 to grab another victory in their doubleheader in the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals live from Guernsey. Welcome back to a glorious blue sky, sun-filled KG5 ground as we're going to see Denmark attempt to chase down 118. Guernsey put into bat by the Danish side after they won the toss. Finished on 118 for 7 after 20 overs. Ian Leggett here, and joined by former Irish international for the final time this trip to Guernsey, Kira Metcalf. How are you?
Really good. I'm very excited for this.
Oh, that's a wonderful start.
It's actually good to see Nikolai Langsgaard opening up again against the spinners.
Thomas Valliard, the opener bowler here for Guernsey. We saw him in the opening game. We didn't see him a couple of others, but he's off to a nice start here. Again, Langsgaard just trying to play that late cut shot there, and he's being beaten for a bit of space, I think, or a bit of spin, something that he's putting on the ball.
I think he needs to just slightly relax. We have a ring field set here with a cow corner and a long on back. I'm sure it's pretty intimidating out there, but I think the batter's actually bringing on that pressure himself. It's the first over. He just needs to get a few balls off the middle of the bat and just feel a little bit of confidence, and that'll help also his partner down the other end.
We're just switching it up here. This right-handed, left-handed combination. I mean, Charlie Captain, he's been very good with the bat as well. These guys together proved a little bit of a formidable partnership. A couple of consecutive 50 partnerships they had. It's picked up really nicely by David Hooper. Just an extra cover there, but it's a smart into the over there, just going for one. Thomas Valliard would be happy with that. Well, we didn't see Nikolai Langsgaard open the batting yesterday against Germany. A bit confusing, but we did find out the reason, and they just didn't think he was the best fit against the pace of the German openers and the likes of Craig Machede and Isatura Delatsai coming in with blistering pace. So I didn't think that Glenn Langsgaard was the best choice there, but
I think it's an interesting one. He's going to face the opening bowling here off Peatfield, and I think they nearly broke a little momentum that he had there, and they had a really good partnership together. So I'm interested to see how he goes here. I hope he hasn't, internalized it and just gets on with the game and just goes about his batting.
Well, short of delivery there. If there was a fielder standing a backward point, it would have been caught. As he just opened the face of his bat and let that ball ride off the woods.
That was actually well played. Again, coming back to his height, I don't think anyone else would have got that.
Well, William Peatfield here has been a favourite of ours in the commentary box, said his name a lot. He's acted a bit like a magnet wherever he goes. The ball seems to follow him, but his bowling performance has actually got better and better, I think, throughout the tournament. In the opening, well, when they tried to play this game earlier, and what a wonderful fielding stop there. That was Matthew Stokes diving hard on his right. One-handed save, and that was probably going to go to the boundary. Cut that ball hard, and he's standing at point. It was a very difficult position to field at. It's Peatfield looks to strike early. And he rode that ball. He just turned that off his hips, and that's a wonderful shot for four. The opening boundary of the innings. Liam Peatfield gave a little more pace there, shorter delivery, and he just played that off his hip.
Yeah, I think having 119 to chase, they've seen what their bowlers have done with this crease and how the ball is playing off the crease, and allows them to have a little bit of patience in the run chase.
Well, Peatfield just fell on the ground there. A little hesitation between Shah and Lesgaard. Well, I was just saying, in that innings we saw of Denmark versus Guernsey on the Tuesday before it was cancelled. In the latter stages, you know, Guernsey sitting on 90 something for 9. Peatfield bowled very, very well.
Yeah, and especially in his the second set of overs that he came back on, he really found some pace and got some lift out of this wicket.
Seeing it there, fuller delivery just caught by Matthew Stokes there. Hesitation, direct hit would have been out. Hands above their heads there, and they're praising Matthew Stokes for his good vision there. Lausgaard just caught napping in the middle of the crease, a bit of ball watching. An early opportunity possibly for Guernsey to strike.
His bat actually held up just at the last minute when he was sliding in. It's like he got caught in a bit of grass there. He actually would have been out.
Now the 23-year-old Stokes. Quick vision. Standing at point. Very good pickup. Again, that's a really good length from Peatfield. Hamid Shah forced to play the defensive shot there. Well, that's the end of the second over. 6 for no loss here. I'm just going to take a look here at the lineups. And this is Danish lineup here. Lausgaard and Hamid Shah, the openers. You see an appearance of Baharaj as well. Oliver Holt can bat, the 19-year-old. Delaware Khan as well. And Rizwan Mahmood. All going to make an appearance.
They need to bat out their innings, use every ball. Take their time, wait for the power play to come, and this field will spread.
Just beg my pardon, Rizwan Mahmood, 12th man in this game. Udin, the name above him on the score sheet. They can bat. That's how they go about this. Well, we're not the only game on today in the Europe finals. Using a reserve day and playing the 4 games that should have been played on the Tuesday. And currently, Germany are taking on Norway. Germany look to put themselves in second place and put themselves in a position where they're going to be playing the Jersey at College Field this afternoon. I'm going to be on commentary duties for that. Let's just play by nip, and it might run away for 4. Peatfield's going after this, and it has. Well, that's quite fortunate. It slowed down eventually towards the end of this outfield here, but that has run away for 4. Just skipping past. Man, at fine leg there. But yes, an exciting game. We're just going to check up on the score of Germany-Norway. Our colleague Andrew Leonard on commentary duty for that. As I think Germany are about to start their chase. Cut away into the deep there, and that's another 4 runs. To Hamid Shah, Denmark captain, after a bit of a flying start here, consecutive boundaries.
It's a really great shot.
Well, Norway were all out for 99, so 100 to win. I wonder if we're going to see the big hitting of Craig Machede. Put on an absolute firework display here against Denmark of all teams. Well, the fuller toss there. And he has beaten the bat of Hamid Shah. That's good bowling. Just a bit of variety. I'm struggling to get my words out here. 15 for nothing in the third over. Jordan Martell, the 23-year-old. Bowling around the wicket here.
It's just challenging that wide line there on that occasion. I do know from watching Hamid play before, he's very strong through the point and offside. So just choosing which ball to, I suppose, to attack. He doesn't want to go too early and bring on the wicket.
Well, I just actually, as William Peatfield fields at his favoured position of deep third man, we saw just a little conversation happening with a friend on the boundary there, saying it's possibly too hot actually to be playing cricket.
Said no one ever.
Well, you're based in Australia. In Brisbane, Kira, I can't even imagine the heat that they play in there.
Yeah, it gets very, very hot, especially over Christmas.
Do you complain about that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's too hot sometimes, but I suppose you've got to. That's the beauty of cricket, and played in all different conditions, different temperatures.
Well, Peatfield in once again to Hamid Shah. And that's cut away. It's being chased hard by Jordan Martell there. Does very well to slide in and save the boundary. Hamid Shah picks up another 2. And Guernsey, full of energy in the field here, but I'll tell you, William Peatfield really feel like he's really found the right length.
Yeah, I agree, and they need to be careful where they're going to, what line he's going to bowl, because again, just going back, Hamid is very, very strong through that offside, and maybe just they have to adjust the field slightly.
Playing a deep square leg. And that's just struck off the pad, and that's going to roll away for another boundary. That's going to be 4 leg byes. The umpire just gives the single there. I think it was very fortunate. They haven't got a man at deep fine leg or a long stop. Choosing to have a deep third man and deep square leg during this power play. I think you're right. I think the way Hamid Shah bats is very dangerous on the offside, and maybe putting a deep point in or deep cover is probably a wiser decision.
Yeah, and I think the bowler there was forced to straighten up his line, but didn't get it right on this occasion and just went for leg byes.
That's really good length, and that has going to find the man. Deep fine leg. It's Letitia doing the fielding there.
Just with 4s coming, here and there, I suppose it just takes the pressure off the batting team. They can just spend time out there and keep the run rate going.
Well, no Ashley Wright in the field today. Player coach. Joshua Butler's side trying to get their final win. There we are, that's pulled away. Deep square leg. Well, this guy just picking up a single. I mean, they got their first ever T20 international victory against Norway yesterday, and it was actually really nice to see around the ground. It obviously means a lot to these players. They played their first 3 in the Insular Cup against Jersey just before this tournament. They lost all 3. Jersey, a very strong side. So getting that first win, it's a right monkey off the back. Struck the pad, big appeal. William Peatfield, keen, gone. Great bit of bowling by William Peatfield. He strikes the first wicket here in this Denmark chase. 24 for 1 in the 4th over. Great bit of bowling.
Fantastic. He's just kept at it, and he understands that Hamid is very strong there, but just kept on mixing up his line, and it's just worked out really well for him there. This is a big blow.
Well, he said he had to vary his lines, and he did. He just cut that one a bit more in. Just caught Hamid Shah napping, I think. He's gone for 16. He was looking in really good form. I think Nikolai Legsgaard, as I struggle to get my names out,
Thank you, Ian.
is going to have to play the big innings here for Denmark. I think we're going to see the appearance of Taranjeet Baharaj. But that's a fantastic bit of bowling from William Peatfield. Towards the end of the over, as more bugs come into the commentary position here.
Yeah, I think Guernsey, just as you were saying, is a lot of people around to support them. Very excited about this team, and they'd like to finish this competition strongly and as high up the table as they can. On speaking to a couple of the parents and supporters, they're very proud and just really back this team. And they want more cricket, they want more opportunities, and I suppose as well from the pool of players that they have to actually select from is quite small. So I think they hold their own pretty strongly.
Yeah, we did have a conversation yesterday with Joshua Butler's father after the game. And he was talking just about how proud they were, proud he was, and also Guernsey cricket possibly punching above their weight. You know, the situations they're in and the position they're funding.
Population-wise, I suppose, and the amount of players here. But again, I'm not 100% sure on their club cricket, but they need as many games as they can play, and to keep this team together and keep attracting, I suppose, newer players, younger players as well.
Well, this is the Guernsey batting score, 118 for 7 after 20 overs, and see Lucas Barker and Oliver Newey, the highlights there. Getting that early wicket of Joshua Butler was a big one for Denmark. Just pushed on there to the leg side. Scott collects a single, and David Hooper does a rather bit of acrobatic fielding. I'm not sure if it was quite necessarily flicked his leg up. It almost did an impression of a ballerina as he put that throw in there. That was quite artistic, I thought.
Yeah, lovely.
10 out of 10 from the judges over here.
Yeah, he's actually to come on to bowl later. He's done very well in the tournament so far. He's picked up a few wickets, and really at vital times he could be a person that could be game changing here.
And we saw that game against Denmark, that innings, that fantastic innings with the bowlers of Guernsey. They got many guys here on the offside. Actually, very ambitious field there by Joshua Butler, playing 5 guys in the ring on the offside against Udin. He's going to change it up for Nikolai Lausgaard. Very good captaincy there, putting a lot of pressure. We haven't seen much of that in the tournament.
Yeah, I totally agree. We spoke about this yesterday. It's clear they want to get early wickets, force the errors.
Passes down the crease there. Just going to pick up another single. They could be smart here and run for 2. I think they're going to run for 2. Lausgaard could... Direct hit would have been out. Oh my days, what a wicket that is. It's a direct hit. That is an unbelievable throw. They questioned the 2. And it looks like that was David Hooper with the throw there. A big arm, and that is an incredible direct hit. We've seen so much of that in that tournament. Wow, oh wow.
That was fantastic. I think the person at the stumps didn't know whether to hit it or, catch the ball, but it just went straight onto the stumps at the finest edge.
Well, to talk you through that, Nikolai Lausgaard just hit that one onto the leg side, pushed it forward, ran an easy one. If there was any hesitation, or no hesitation on the run back, they would have got it. Lausgaard and Udin, bit of mix up in the middle. I think it's actually Lausgaard that was the one that hesitated there. Udin went for the second, but an absolutely tremendous throw from David Hooper. Quite a few yards out as well. 20, 30 yards out, direct hit, bottom of the stumps. Thomas Veryard, surprised, raises his hands. An easy call for the umpire. Tremendous run out here in the Europe final.
I like this approach the bowler's taken. He's slowing it up as his last stride. He's a misfield down at long on. It's not good.
Well, Lee Fairbrush there, just missing quite an easy save there. I think just caught napping on the boundary there. Just a bit of encouragement from the Guernsey fielders there. They're not taking that too lightly, but you want to keep the pressure on and not let Lausgaard get comfortable here. And he pushes that one onto the onside. This is going to be David Hooper again. Very quick off the boundary. He must be full of energy after that.
Absolutely. And again, just going back to the bowler's action, he's slowing it up on his last stride, and he's really challenging, giving a lot of flight, placing it down in front of the batter's feet, and been backed up by his fielders and this field down there. But I think they'll just write that off and just get on with it.
You can just see the camera shaking now with the wind. Big amount of gusts of wind coming in the KG5, plenty of trees around it. It's a beautiful place to watch cricket. Let's just push forward. They've got, again, 5 guys on the offside here. Pardon me, on the onside for the new batsman. Taranjeet Baharaj.
Yeah, we haven't quite got into the power play yet, but I totally agree. I think it's the better thing. Just let the batter know that they're there. Throw the ball around, get it back into the keeper. And let them know there's no singles to be got in the circle. Seeing a change of bowling now. Tissier is coming back on for a second over, should I say? Did he bowl already? No, my bad. Sorry, I'm getting so confused.
Who are you? Yeah, Luke Letitia here. He shone a little bit with the bat earlier. He's been a mixed bag. There's Luke Letitia in this tournament in terms of his bowling. He's got better and better, I think, and he bowled very well in the last 2 appearances, including the abandoned game against Denmark earlier on. Advances down the crease, and I think he's targeted him there, and if the fielder does well enough to stop the ball, Joshua Butler does the collecting duties there. Well, I think legs guard's going after Letitia here. That was a very confident stride down, big long levers. I think he wanted to get the 4 runs. Again, advances down, mishits this one. A little confusion again. So we just see aggressive field setting once again by Joshua Butler here. Not see much of this. So what they're going to play, they're going to play a cow corner. Josh Butler situating himself in cow corner. They're going to have a long on. They're going to have mid off, pardon me, just standing on the edge of the ring.
This is good. Just on seeing the fielders over the week, they're getting the right fielders in the right positions.
And Baharaj just playing that one, using his wrist there.
That's a hard single to cut off. You're watching the ball come off the bat, and it's just the angle.
I think Thomas Ferriard did very well there just to stop the ball using his feet. Ball came at him with a bit of spin, I think, and they're quite difficult actually when you're running in there at that kind of almost fine leg, square leg position. And that's really well bowled there, picked up by Pete Field, playing it fine leg. I'm just looking at the field setting here, they've gone again for the 5 players here on the offside. They're trying to restrict that cut shot of legs guard. Advances down, and you see that's perfect. They've got a guy there at backward point, and this is really good captaincy from Josh Butler. He's standing at mid-off right now. Very good decision making.
Totally agree, but it's very handy, and when your bowler is bowling the good lines, you can set whatever field you want.
And that's gone big, and that's going to be the maximum. A tremendous shot up and over there by Nikolai Lesgard. He advances on to 20. I think he punished a bit of a bad ball there by Luke Letitia.
Yeah, just got a hold of that one. He really held his shape very, very well on that occasion, and hit a 6. He just, I think he's taken it on that he knows he has to kind of hold this together, and he's doing very, very well. They're finding the ball right now as we just give a score update from the Germany-Norway clash. Germany chasing 99, currently 33 for 1 after 3 overs. Craig Mashady once again 22 of 14, and I just see it's been 3 consecutive 4s in the over. They've also highlighted that I'd say they have to chase that in a certain way to get it as quickly as they can, just with the points table.
Well, it's a new ball here. Not seen that happen this week, and that's gone straight into the dog walking path. The Beauvoir end. Massive shot for 6 by legs guards. Luke Letitia. I'm just wondering how he's going to counter this, how he's going to come back. I think, say, legs guard looked like he had the ambition to go after Letitia here. They've got an aggressive field on the offside. 43 for 2 in the 6th over. That just finds Josh Butler there.
Just on the Germany game, Ian, if they can chase that in the manner that they've started, the final game of the tournament could be massive. It really is going to go down to the final game, and it's going to be really exciting to watch.
Well, it's all going to come down to run rate. If Germany get the win here, move on to 6 points, get a good net run rate, Suddenly they play Jersey at College Field. I'll be on commentary duty for that. At 3:45, live coverage of that. Again on the ICC YouTube channel. And then all of a sudden, Jersey's position at the top. They're going to need to play very well against a very quick and aggressive German side under the coaching of Stephen Knox.
I think it's really exciting as well, just with the way the week is panned out with rain and just us playing on, I suppose, the reserve days, and it's fantastic that it's going to hopefully go down to the last game for that final spot for qualifying.
I heard just reading that Craig Machete was actually dropped earlier in that over. We were just talking about how costly is that going to prove for the Norwegians. That's played really nicely by Baharaj there, just picked up.
So we've just gone into the Powers Place finish, Dean, and you can see the field is spread a little. And this is David Hooper, he's come on to bowl. Been very effective in this tournament.
Petefield moving up to fine leg, not wanting to play deep fine leg against Ledsgard. I've noticed that they always have fine leg up short. Got a cow corner, and that's Lucas Barker just debating whether he wants a bit more square. I think he is going to go very square of the wicket. Almost hits the stumps there, but it was wide eventually, just playing with the line. This is David Hooper coming into bowl. We saw him collect them 3 wickets last time they played Denmark in that rain-abandoned game. Can he strike again? Struck off the pad, big appeal, but no, half-hearted. And it looks like he's hurt Nikolai Ledsgard here. This is never a pretty sight in cricket. I think that's hit him.
That's just caught him on the knee inside the pad.
That's a stinger.
Yeah.
I think he's going to try and run this one off, but Baharaj is coming up just to see if he's okay.
Ian, they could send for the holy water again. This famous water that comes on and fixes everything.
I'm not sure what's in the water in Ireland, but certainly it looks like he's going to be okay here. You do get these balls that just kind of bounce up the top in between the 5 pad and the leg guard. And just heard that Craig Machete's gone. The Germany-Norway game is Nikolai Ledsgard just reverses ends. He is having a bit struggling. He's struggling just a bit with his run there, but he's ambitious to continue as he moves on to 21 off 19 balls, 45 for 2 in the 7th over here.
Yeah, the bowler's actually mixing it up a little bit, left hand, right hand. The fielders are working well for the team. Just need to try build pressure for another wicket.
Well, Baharaj gets very lucky there. That's off the toe of the bat. The misfield there, and Nikolai Ledsgard again. Keen to run a single. They could run to... Oh, there is an injury in the field here again. And this looks like...
Letitia.
Luke Letitia is on the ground in a considerable amount of pain. I don't know if that's his hip. We did hear he's had 2 hip replacements, am I right in saying?
He has, yeah, for a young guy. It's
stretching there.
Yeah.
Now, Oliver Newey, just some firm pat on the back there. It looks like, I think he just fell awkwardly as he stopped the ball there at a backward point. I mean, he was standing at... Yeah.
This is a long week for someone who's maybe carrying a little bit of injury, trying to get yourself up and about every day. He's going to carry on. Again, just getting him in the right fielding position there, that I suppose he doesn't have to run after the ball, or, you know, if he could be a little bit more maybe in front of the bat, I don't know, maybe that might be a better option, but it's kind of hard in T20 cricket to hide anyone.
Oh, and just misses the bat there. That's really good bowling from David Hooper. Just a change of pace, gives him the quicker delivery. Legscott tries to play the late cut. Oliver Newey just stops the ball behind the stumps. He nearly looks like he was going to claim a wicket there. Oh, and you think we got a stumping there? No. And there was cries of he's too tall by Lucas Buck on the boundary there. The big long legs of Legsgard keeping him out of trouble as he manages to keep his foot in the crease. Well, 47 for 2 after 7 overs. That's a pretty decent over by David Hooper, only going for 4 runs. But almost a couple of injury scares in the over.
Yeah, and it looks like actually Letitia is going to take the ball now. This just shows the depth sometimes of some of these teams. They really rely on certain players and just need to, you know, get these games, get these competitions to keep building and getting guys through their system to have bigger squads.
Letitia into Baharaj, a wonderful cover drive. Man out on the deep. Collecting that just before it rolls away to the boundary. Well, the good news is Letitia looks okay.
I don't know, Ian. I actually... Would it be worth taking him off and getting on someone who can actually, you know, field and stop runs? It's a hard call.
Well, 70 needed off these 12.4 overs now. 69 needed.
If they felt they had an extra bowler and they didn't require his bowling, maybe get on someone who could move a little bit better in the field at the moment.
Yeah, he isn't. He's doing the double teapot there, and he's
in pain.
A bit of pain.
Yeah.
It's not a nice sight. No one likes to see this in any form of sport. Cricket does require a lot of running around, and it's not the most restful of sports. A late cut again. Well, that's good bowling from Letitia. That's good to see.
And that's actually funny because some people look at cricket and they think, oh, they do nothing. They just stand there, and then you look at the World Cup, for instance, and they have the trackers on the guys, and then you realise that they've nearly ran a marathon in one day.
Finally gets bat on ball there. Collected with a lot of pace by David Hooper on the boundary. Just running in from deep cover to deep point. Letitia, he's looking far from comfortable. Bowling from the Beauvoir end here. He is one of the crucial bowlers in this side. He's managing to keep it going. Just in the fuller delivery. That's really nice bowling there. Bit more flight. Wonderful bit of bowling from Letitia.
His teammates clearly know that he's in a bit of pain, but they're really getting behind him, and it's nice to see. He can just finish out this over.
Well, they are encouraging him here. Great over, Luke, is the cry from the boundary. It's 52 for 2 after 8 now. So Denmark off to a very steady start here, but I would have to say they're on track. 67 needed from 12 overs. Nikolai Lausgaard still at the crease. And they've got plenty in stock with wickets in hand. I would say Denmark are firmly in place right now.
Yeah, looks like the captain's talking to Letitia to see if he wants to continue. They're definitely going to have to do one or two things here to try bring on a wicket. But Denmark definitely in the driving seat, and not really challenging them that much at the moment.
Well, David Hooper continuing here from the 3G end. Like you said, they're going to need a strike just to check up on the score in the Germany-Norway game. 58 for 2. Looks like they're making easy work of this chase. Baharaj looks to run for 2 here. Quick off the mark. Now, there was an immediate speed difference. Now, this is actually quite comical. The height difference is, let's say...
Shorter legs, quicker?
Shorter legs and
speedier.
Rapid movement of the legs, and Lesgaard seems to be taking about 6 strides to get across the wicket. Baharaj looks to be taking 12. And he just does a lovely little flick of the wrist there, plays that onto the
He's actually
right side.
Really, really nice shot. Again, maybe if it was a little bit softer, he could have got the 2, but his intent, he's looking for the 2. It's really nice to see. And good movement off the ball then to back it up.
Well, just seeing umpire Mary Waldron, third umpire for today. No. In the 10.
Just trying to get every dot they can here at the moment.
2 to come signals the umpire. Lausgaard, I think he's going to get his long levers going, start going big soon. Plays that onto the leg side, and Lucas Barker very quick off the mark. This is good to see, and this is something we did not see in that opening game against Jersey. Fielders running in hard, trying to create errors here. They need to create something and not let this partnership build. 56 for 2. They're going to finish the over on 57 for 2, and they're just marching towards this 118 right now, and I think they need to slow it down. The run rate's at quite a high 6.34, 6.3 right now after 9 overs. If they're anywhere near that 65 mark after 10 overs, I'd have to say that they're in a very good position right now. What can Guernsey do? What can Guernsey do, Kira?
I think they need to change up the bowling a little bit. Maybe a little bit more flight from the spinners. Just try to get them to hit up and over. Maybe bring on a catch.
Well, Letitia is going to be bowling again. He obviously feels comfortable enough to bowl his third over here.
I think Guernsey could be a little bit more loud on the field as well. Like, bring on the pressure. Get the wicketkeeper talking a little bit more to the bowler. Unfortunately, that sort of bowling is going to make it too easy. He needs to be fuller.
Well, they're happy to collect the singles here as Matthew Stokes does the duties for Guernsey. I do worry right now. They've gone from having that very aggressive field setting to now just looks like playing it quite easy. Deep square leg, cow corner, long off, long on, deep point. Played onto the offside again. And they're just happy reversing the strike here. Every dot is the call from Stokes on the boundary here. Got to create something. That's driven nicely into the covers, but there's a fielder along off there. Again, just reversing the strike. 3 singles or 3 balls here for the bowling of Letitia. That's gone high in the air, and it's going to avoid the hands of Thomas Villiard there. And they're going to run 2. They could run 3 if they really wanted to, but Lesgard looks competent enough and wants to take the strike here. Oh, again, it's 5 off the over so far. They're keeping up with the run rate. 62 for 2 now. Lesgard 26 off 27. And he's bowled him! Straight on leg stump. And no celebration from Luke Letitia. He looks shattered. He looks in pain.
He certainly does. On that occasion, Lesgard gave himself too much room there. And just looked like a straight ball, actually. Didn't look like it did much.
We've been seeing the brilliant, quite artistic celebration of Luke Letitia with writing it up in the note bag and taking it away and ripping the page out, and you can actually see a video of that on the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Facebook and social media channels. Andrew Leonard on commentary with myself for that. Just looking at Luke Letitia right now, he looks in a certain amount of pain. He is holding his hip actually on the right hand side, but he crucially has got the big wicket there, Nicola Lausgaard.
I think we might see Letitia come off after his overs.
Can he pick up 2 from 2 here? So I think that's Oliver Hold, the new batsman at the crease. And just ends the over with a dot ball. Well, that's a nice recovery there after being hit around for a couple singles. Luke Letitia, 21 for 1, his figures. 10 overs, well, they're 62 for 3. I think they're well on track right now.
Game is certainly opening up. That wicket definitely came at the right time. As you can see there, so they're chasing 118 for victory. And Lesgard has just gone there. A good innings from him. But it's interesting, this T20 tournament, there's just been to and fro. It's there hasn't, like, apart from the Germany batting yesterday where they really took it away from him, we haven't seen much of that. It's been very, 1 minute they're in, 1 minute they're out, and then all of a sudden it's definitely it's been interesting.
Seeing Baharaj take a new line here. It looks like he's taking is it leg stump? Just to maybe get himself a bit more comfortable at the crease. Well, talk about medium pace. That really was medium pace from Jordan Martell. He slowed that ball right down. I was expecting him to run in there with more aggression, but he really delivered a slower ball there. Caught Baharaj off guard. He was sensible enough to put his bat in front of him. But I'll tell you, it caught me napping.
Oh, Esther has delivered again with chocolate.
What's going on? The 5-star luxury treatment of the commentary team right now.
Yeah, like we're sitting all day and then we're putting on weight. Thanks, Esther.
What are you trying to do to us? We're just trying to watch some cricket. Talk about it. Well, that brings me on to just say it. What a fantastic competition this has been. In Guernsey, the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals. If you're just tuning in, this is all part of the qualification pathway to the Men's T20 World Cup in Australia in 2020. All roads lead from here. The top team will go to the global qualifier in the UAE in October and November. The opportunity to play the big boys in associate cricket. Oliver Holt doing well just to get his bat on there. This is good over so far from Jordan Martell. Just the leg by off it so far. 118 the target. Currently on 63 for 3 in the 11th over. They're going to have to start going for it soon enough though.
Good, again, the field is spread, so there's easy singles there. They just, to relieve a little bit of pressure, just need to keep the runs ticking over here on the scoreboard.
I'm just taking a look over at the game at College Field right now. Needing 100 to win, and they're 70 for 3 in the 8th over. Very convincing so far from Germany. Just pushes the ball onto the leg side there, does Baharaj, and just another dot ball. Jordan Martell doing very well to slow things down right now. The run rate was just below 6 on 5.9. They're requiring a run rate of 6 and over. 55 needed of these 9.1. Denmark are going to need to have a big over, I think. 1 over just to change the dynamic and flip the script a little bit. I think this has been a really sensible decision, again, by Joshua Butler, the captain, to stick on Jordan Martell. Luke Letitia getting hit around a little bit. Just making the batsman think. As he finishes the over there. 64 for 3 after 11 overs. 65 for 3, pardon me, after 11 overs. Oliver Holt. And Taranjeet Baharaj in at the crease for Denmark. They just have a little fist pump in the middle. As Kira is diving into a Twix. You're not going to speak into the microphone with a mouthful of food. But it's a lovely, gorgeous day here at the KG5 stadium. Well, stadium, but cricket ground here in Guernsey. Kira and I have been gushing over this wonderful Channel Island. Taking a couple of walks as Letitia comes in again. Well, that's just pushed. They could run 2 here if they were ambitious, but they're just going to take the single. I think, again, this is a big decision by Joshua Butler to continue. Letitia bowling his 4th over here. He looks far from comfortable from our commentary position.
You're absolutely right. I think he's battling through, and you might see him depart after this over.
Oh, big appeal there. It's a little old step forward. It's a grunt from the touchline there, from the sideline. Plenty of support now for Letitia's. They just take a couple man back.
Just Letitia takes the pace off the ball, and the batters have to generate the pace. And it's just it's proving very effective. I feel sorry for him. He just looks in pain. He's
really battling through it. He took quite a stumble when he was doing fielding at square leg. Fell onto his front, didn't land comfortably. Launches down the crease, and that's a big shot. But there is a man a long off. Caught. Oliver Holt's going to depart, and that's the 4th wicket here. And Guernsey, picking up another one, has this flipped the dynamic?
Absolutely well bowled. I actually thought he got it over, and then I felt as if the fielder had run in too far.
Pardon me, that was long on, not long off. It was a left-handed batsman there. And Oliver Holt, very slow back to the pavilion. Luke Letitia, he might be in pain, but he's picked up 2 wickets.
The last few overs in the Denmark fielding innings could prove to be the game changing here. They maybe gave away too many runs in the last 4 to 5 overs. So they got off to a flyer, but now it's proving they've got a bit of a mountain to climb here at the moment.
53 runs needed off the remaining overs, and there's only 8.3 to go. 66 for 4 the score now here. Letitia bowling his final over. 22 for 2 his figures now. Oliver Holt apart, and we're just going to wait and see who the new batsman is here for Denmark, as I struggle to get my words out on this final day of the Europe final. Plenty of cricket still to come, another 2 games. And we're going to finish off with Denmark are taking on Italy, and Kira will be commentating on that. I'm going to take a trip down to the other side of the island to College Field to commentate on Jersey versus Germany. The big game to finish off. I'm just going to take a check up on the result over at College Field.
This is really exciting. Today, Ian, I suppose it's a day later because we thought actually we'd be finished. But this is a reserve day because we've had rain during the week. But it's building up really, really nicely. The second game today is going to be the decider to see who goes to the UAE for the qualifiers.
Well, Germany firmly in the driving seat in their game. 20 needed off 11 overs. Andrew Leonard on commentary for that. You can catch that on the Free CI YouTube channel and also on the Facebook page. All the games being streamed live here as Letitia finishes that over very well. I mean, he only went for 1 and he got a wicket.
Yeah, it appears that Letitia's gone off the field. They're bringing on their 12th.
What a tremendous effort. He bowled his 4 overs there, picked up 2 for 22 runs. So we just take a look at the batting card here. Nicholas Lausgaard did very well. 26 of 28. And also Hamid Shah. Consecutive 4s in the early part of the game. 16 runs. But Baharaj right now is playing a pivotal role. Oliver Holt only managed 1 run of his 6 balls placed.
Yeah, again, that opening partnership of Lausgaard and Hamid Shah proving, it really gets them off to a nice start. Maybe they haven't capitalised on it fully, but it was missing yesterday, and that could have been a little bit of the difference.
Well, he's being applauded there, Letitia, as he's coming on just to probably get checked by the medical staff. Push through the covers there. It's going to find the fielder at long off. Zisan Shah straight off the mark there with a wonderful shot. Well timed, well balanced. Picks up a single. 67 for 4 now. In the 13th over. I think Anthony Stokes was 12th man today, and he's going to be the fielder on.
Just how he got off strike there. That sends a message to the fielding team. This guy can bat,
Again, exact same shot by Baharaj. Matthew Stokes doing the fielding on the boundary there. Well, Guernsey going to have to seize this momentum that they got there now. Restrict this Denmark side to singles and force them to possibly have to go big in the final stages of the game. Go risky. And almost finds the edge there as that falls back into the hands of Oliver Newey behind the stumps. Wonderful bit of bowling once again by Jordan Martell. He's really performing with the ball in his 2 overs so far. Missed times that. That's going to fall to 3rd man here. That's Petefield doing the fielding at deep 3rd man. Ball's followed him less today, which is a good sign. Normally it's been a bit of a magnet. Sometimes you get them days when the ball just seems to follow you around, a bit like Letitia today actually, and it's always when you have an injury.
Yeah. In fairness, he's responded well and he's fielded well throughout the tournament. There's that shot we've seen played 100 times this week. Just the soft hands into mid-wicket, rotating the strike. And Esther delivers again. Sparkling water this time. Would you like some?
I'm okay, thank you. We're in the over. 70 for 4. 49 needed. The final 7 overs here. They have wickets in hand. I think we're going to get a bit of a thrilling finish to this game. Denmark versus Guernsey in the KGV Stadium. I keep saying stadium. Ground. No grandstands in front of us here in Guernsey. But it's a wonderful place to watch cricket on a day like this with the sun bathing down. It is a wonderful sight. Thomas Valliard switching ends now. Bowling from the Qualifier end. Gives him the full toss and nearly gives him the full treatment there.
Again from the other end, he just with his action and the last ball of his delivery, he just slows it up and it kind of tests the batter. They have to wait a little bit longer. Trying to bring on the wicket again here. Guernsey won't mind the singles overly if they can dot up a bit as well. And they just want to restrict those boundaries. Really put as much pressure on as they can in this last 7 overs.
I think this has been an interesting decision by Joshua Butler to continue bowling spin. I think he's going to be saving the pace towards the end of the game. The batsmen seem pretty content right now. Just going through singles, going through the motions. I have a feeling they're going to get to a situation where it's 5 overs to come and they're still going to need about 35 runs. Got to push for the boundaries.
Required run rate now up at 7.
I think we're going to need to see a bit of a Craig Machete show by one of the batsmen.
Party time.
Party time in the words of Kira Metcalf here on the Europe final coverage. Full of delivery there, and that's really good bowling from Thomas Valliard. Well received by his players in the outfield.
It's funny how sometimes in T20 cricket you think you're motoring along, and then you just look at the scoreboard and it's up at near 7 that you have to chase. With oh my! Oh, that was driven really, really hard to a guy at extra cover. Oh, he was very unlucky not to hold on to that.
Yeah, Tom Kimber did very well there just to stop the ball. It could have been a spectacular catch again in this tournament. And almost... They're all collecting there.
I think that was a hard catch, but he had done all the work to get it. That would have been spectacular.
Now, dot balls worth their weight in gold here. Just 3 off the over for Tom Valliard. A fantastic spell of bowling so far from the 22-year-old left arm orthodox. It's really nice stuff, and they've really slowed that required run rate now. 7.6. 6 overs to go. 46 runs needed. Have they left it too late? Germany just kind of finding Germany require 4, and it's been a very convincing win over Norway, it seems.
Well, Bold, he just slowed that up there. Backed up his own bowling, fielding, and a dot ball. Again, his pressure continues to mount.
I've just seen the sun disappear behind the clouds here, but it's still shining on the middle. The weather gods knowing where the action is. Jordan Martell, very impressive with the ball so far. Great variation in his pace. Really confusing the batsman. Could be a catch. Oh! What a catch! One-handed grab, and that's Josh Butler, the captain. Oh my days, we have been treated to some catches in this tournament, but that is right up there, Kira.
Spectacular. I think he thought it was just gone over his head, and he just managed to grab it. His team have definitely got around him there. What a catch. That could be game changer.
He jumped so late, and it was almost like that Ben Stokes catch in the World Cup. One-handed grab, lifts it up and takes an absolute blinder.
Oh, long walk for the batter. That's actually a big partnership to break up.
I'm just seeing a replay of that on our screen. And oh my days, he dives hard to his left, does Josh Butler. And what I love is he doesn't even react after he takes it. The job isn't done yet. Wow, 73 for 5 now. A spectacular catch in this tournament once again. We have been treated to some absolute blinders.
We absolutely have. Just that little partnership there, although it mightn't have been huge in runs. Definitely the balls they'd face, they would have felt they were in, just maybe to have a go soon.
Just getting an update from the College Field ground. 3 runs needed now by Germany to score a big win. Going to chase it down, it looks like, in the 12th over. Norway all out from 99 after 20 overs. They're on 97 for 3 now, but over to this game. Josh Butler taking an absolute blinder. Strikes the pad, big appeal, but half-hearted from the Guernsey side. Jordan Martell was having none of that. Great momentum here. 73 for 5, 46 needed. And it looks like it's game over. Germany. And it is. Germany have won by 7 wickets. What's that going to do to the net run rate as they face Jersey? I'll be on commentary duties in the afternoon. 3:45 live from College Fields. The Italian side have entered the ground here. Oh, he plays that very well. Down to third man. William Peatfield, the receiver here. Just another single. Well, this is a great over so far from Jordan Martell. Dot, wicket, dot, and a single. 45 needed now. Off nearing on 5 overs. Gino Jojo and Zisan Shah, the players in for Denmark. What can they do? What can they do?
That run rate has just popped up over 8 now, 8.44.
That's gone high in the air. The fielder's not going to be there. It's picked up by Anthony Stokes.
Yeah, it just looks like Guernsey are up and about now. They're feeling that the end is near and they can squeeze out this Denmark team. There's still some work to do, but definitely you can see a shift again. Momentum. It's just gone back and forth all week.
Absolutely. And Guernsey, I've been very impressed in this game. Slow start, but they've really clawed themselves back into this. There's that shot again, just a little glance onto leg side, but really good fielding from Jordan Martell himself. He chased that ball down like a hawk, only wanting the single there. And look, he's got a big smile on his face. 19 for and 1 wicket from his 4 overs. A wonderful spell of bowling. Let's just take a look at the bowling card, Kira. Talk me through this.
Yeah, I know their economy rate has been really, really good. Luc Letizier injured and played a really, really big part there, actually. He just got vital wickets at vital times. Do you know what? They've just worked together as a team today. Even the extras are low and they've took wickets at the right time. But do you know what? One thing that I've really, really noticed is their fielding. They come up and even for the last game, they're up and about and they're really ready to attack this Danish team.
Collected well. Oh, dropped at mid-wicket.
We're both up off our seats.
That was Josh Butler. He's taken a screamer and he dropped it. Came at him hard. He dove to his left-hand side. I don't think Thomas Valeyard's too annoyed. Similar shot, driven hard down the ground. It's only going to find the fielder long off. Matthew Stokes there. Now, Josh Butler. Would have been an amazing opportunity. Pardon me, standing at extra cover there. Driven really hard. High in the air. No fielder there. Matthew Stokes doing the collecting duties here. They're going to run 2. That's really smart running from the Denmark Battens. Getting applauded by the players on the pavilion here. We're in for a tight finish. 40 now needed off what's going to be 4.3 overs.
Guys off the circle here or off the rope need to do a lot of work, really, really restricting them to 1 run. They've got that short extra cover in there, which we actually spoke about, saying that most teams had stuck to a really orthodox field and they didn't go a little bit adventurous, and I actually think that's a good point, leaving him in there.
Driven hard and it's caught! Caught and bowled! Thomas Valeyard gets his first wicket in the game, and I have to say it's thoroughly deserved.
Absolutely. They're working for each other. A great catch. Their catching has been outstanding in this game. And Denmark, that run rate is up over 9 now.
Well, Thomas Verriard caught and bowled. He's bowled absolutely tremendously. That was his second last ball of his spell. That one. Steve Shah just lifted his head, pitched that straight into the hands of the bowler, and it was quite an easy catch. It didn't come at him with a tremendous amount of pace. There was also a drop catch by Josh Butler at extra cover as well. But a tremendous spell of bowling from Thomas Verriard again, going for about 16, 15 runs from his spell. Gino Jojo's just awaiting his new batsman in. Fair to say, Guernsey in a very promising position here. The run rate is currently sitting just below 10 at 9.6. 79 for 6 at the end. Just nearing the end of the 16th over here. Kira, Guernsey have really fought back.
They have. Again, just Denmark, and like in the first innings, we've seen wickets going at interesting stages. I've lost my words completely.
Excellent, excellent for a commentator. It's Verriard in again. And just stopped, and that has been an unbelievable over. Gone for 3 runs, a wicket and 3 dots. He finishes his spell, 15 and 1 wicket. Brilliant bowling. Let's just take a look. A summary where this leaves us. Currently after 16 overs. Well, 79 for 6, chasing down 118. It's going to need to be a big final couple of overs here for Denmark.
The big thing is there, the wickets in hand. We're down into the lower order now, and I'm not sure Denmark have the hitters here for this, but let's see.
David Hooper going to be bowling now. The 3G end here at the KG5. Could we see a thrilling finish in Guernsey's final match of the tournament? They picked up their first ever T20 international victory against Norway yesterday. They could be getting their second one. They're looking in very good position to do so. Hit hard down the ground. There is a fielder there at long on, but I think it's gone over his head. 6 runs, and that's the way to do it.
Really nice. He stood still and he just got under that ball.
Gino Jojo, a tremendous straight hit for 6.
Good bat speed. This could be game on. Let's see it. Party timing.
Party time. Kira can barely sit still. Well, that's how you dispatch a bowler at the start of the over. Gino Jojo, is he going to go again? He's gone hard down the ground again. That's going to find the fielder there. That's Stokes. Out at long off. They wanted 2. But now it's going to be Can. Delaware Can. 22-year-old. Wearing a cap. Almost doing an MS Dhoni here. He's going to face his first ball. Or second ball, sorry.
Run rate at 9 and 7 off the over so far.
What can they do? That's a light shot, well that's a dot ball, and that's met with praise.
Good movement off the ball as well. Pete Field backing up the keeper. It's good to see again late in the tournament. They're still up for this.
They want to get that victory. Big shot down the ground again, but it's only going to go for a single. These long offs and long on doing very well. They should have ran 2 there in my opinion. The run was there for the taking, but they restricted themselves. Gino Jojo, I think, wants to retain the strike here. He looked confident with that 6 at the start of the over. Maybe he's going to go again. Big encouragement from the Guernsey side here. Exciting finish at the KG5. That's just played to Pete Field there. Picks up another single. That's 9 off the over. Well, they have matched the run rate, but it's 9.6 currently. They're going to need to go for the boundary again. 32 still needed. 31, pardon me. 88 for 6 now. Be an incredibly tight finish here. I think we're going to see an appearance of Pete Field again with the ball. Big crowd in the KG5 now the sun's come out. Got the Italian side watching as well next to us in the hospitality tent. Really well bowled, almost a stumping by Oliver Newey. Slowed it down there. Did David Hooper, good bit of bowling.
Yeah, good bit of bowling, and it just bounced up a little bit awkward. The keeper couldn't get his hands on it to take the stumping. But that wasn't actually a bad over there. Okay, the run rate's up, it's 9 0.7, but they're very aware of what they have to do here.
Well, it's just
We're going to see some big shots.
Run rate's increased with 3 overs to go. 10 and over now. 31 needed of the final 3 overs. A thriller possibly here at the KG5. This is the men's T20 World Cup Europe Finals 2019. Ian Leggett and Kieran Metcalf on commentary here. All the games have been streamed live for the first time. Regional finals on the YouTube channels of the ICC, and also the men's T20 World Cup Facebook challenge. You can go back, watch previous games. Guernsey looking to secure their second ever T20 international victory. Denmark looking to get the win here and then get a win against Italy in the afternoon and cement themselves in the mid-table position. We just saw Germany get a big win over Norway at College Field.
Khan has actually just sent for his helmet. Pete Field is going to come back on. And I think that's sensible. Need to be safe. Just, I suppose they've got through the Rovers pretty quick. You know, they've got 85 minutes to bowl this innings, and because they've saved a little bit of time, they can take that extra bit of time to set their field and get it correct. The right fielders in the right spots.
I'm just seeing Tom Kimber. I think he's going to be moving to cow corner out there. We've got a mid on is up, long off out. One back for 2 here. That's good running. Straight off the mark with 2 in the over. Well, Pete Field, I don't think he got his line quite right there. It was too easy to play the cut shot. On me as I just correct my fielding positions here. The third man. Fine legs in. Bowled him! Beautiful bit of bowling from William Pete Field. The stump comes crashing out the ground, and that's a big wicket here in Guernsey versus Denmark at the KG5.
Yeah, Pete Field just bowled the right line there, and the batter tried to attack and his head came up and he just lost shape. But I suppose you have to go for it as well.
Well, 90 for 7 now. Gino Jojo departs. He's going to join Delaware Khan. We're just going to find out the name of the batsman here. A tremendous bit of bowling. Pulled the wrong line the ball before. An easy cut away for 2, but that was just a bit more pace than the ball, and he smashes the off stump out the ground. William Pete Field picking up his second of the game. 29 needed. 2.4 here. Fantastic finish to Guernsey's final game of this Europe final, held in Guernsey 2019. Goes long again, plays the cover drive, but it's going to find the man out in the deep. They've got to run back for 2, but hesitation in the middle here. Well, Kira, looking at the run rate, it's above 10 now. They've got to run these 2s.
Oh, absolutely. It's up over 11 now, actually, and yeah, that's not, you shouldn't even hesitate. They should be running the first one really, really quick and giving themselves opportunity. Just in Guernsey's defence, they're moving so well in the field. They're hunting in packs. Do you like that, Ian?
I love that. I love that. You said that a couple times on commentary this week. Hunting in packs. He's gone big, and I think that's going to be 6. That is. What a shot into the dog path here. Oh my days. Well, now it really is on. Delaware Cam with a smashing straight drive for 6. And that's exactly what the Danish team needed. 97 for 7 now. 22 needed off 2.2 overs. They look like they're up for this. He's tried to go again. There's going to be a fielder out there. That's Stokes fielding it long on. They're going to grab the 1. Well, it's been 10 runs off the over and a wicket so far. 98 for 7 now. Almost into the triple digits are Denmark. 21 needed of 2.1. Peatfield grabbed a wicket early on. I think again that one just pitched a little shorter, allowing Delaware Khan just to swing through it a little easier. So dual Hashmi faces. That's better bowling there. They're going to run a single. Well, that's 11 off the over. That's a really good over for the Danish batsman. They did lose the wicket of Gino Jojo Kira, but oh my days, 20 runs needed off 2 overs here. What a thrilling finish.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 20 off 12 if you break it down that way as well, and it just seems a little bit easier to get, I suppose. Who's going to take this? Well, I think it's actually going to be Hooper taking the ball from the far end.
I think that's a really good decision. He bowled very well earlier on in the game. Good variation of pace. Just going to take a look at the summary card here and just show what it's all about. Tremendous game of cricket so far. Guernsey put into bat. 118. 7 from there, 20 overs. That's David Hooper. That one's just going to fall to Peatfield at third man, as we just saw Thomas Valeyard run in. I think they all want the ball here.
Yeah.
They're all running off their mark. They're all very keen to restrict this side. Keep getting them dot balls, keep getting them singles. 100 now, 100 for 7. They brought up their 100 in the 19th over. 19 runs needed. He's tried to go big, and I think he's found the gap there, and they could run 2 here. It's going to find Stokes down at long on, but they're only going to run the 1. Well, that's really good fielding out on the boundary. That's Lee Fairbrush standing at long on. He was straight off the mark there, keen to get the ball.
Yeah, the bowler held that ball up a little bit as well, so that the batter just was expecting it to come onto him a little bit faster. Well bowled.
Really good ball, gives him the Yorker there. That's good bowling at the death. Fantastic bit of bowling from David Hooper there. Plays it at his feet. And Hashmi unable to get his bat through that. Just looking around gaps in the field. Really spread them out. Fine leg and third man are both in short, hoping for that edge possibly. Slows the ball down, plays the sweep shot, and it does fall to the man at fine leg. And just another single when they're going to need to go for the boundary. The run rate is 12 and over. 17 needed now. David Hooper has been very impressive. He hasn't picked up a wicket. He's gone for 21, but he's coming at vital times for this Guernsey side. And Josh Butler has relied on them heavily just to confuse the batsman with his medium pace. He's gone big, and I think that's going to find the fielder there. 6. That's 6 more runs onto the scoreboard there, and how Denmark needed that in this over. Oh, wow. That's a big shot off the bowling of David Cooper. Delaware Khan really got a hold of that. 11 needed now of 1.1.
It's good to see the batter up talking. Just calming him down. We need another. They need this boat to stay there.
Well, just a dead rubber there. It's a doff ball as David Hooper, I think, just slid on something there, and the batsman had a little bit of movement. No, Delaware Khan, 15 off his 8 balls. What an exciting finish we have here at the KG5. I think he's trying to go again, but that's going to find the fielder on the boundary. Picked up well by Anthony Stokes. Just a single. Oh, 10 off the over once again. 10 needed off the final over here at the KG5. What a finish we have in store, Kira.
Ian, are you excited?
I am so excited. You wanted party time. We're getting party time here. I have to say the Denmark team have done very well to get back into this. Guernsey clawed them safe back in, as you just see. Delaware Khan just having a little change up of his pads. I'm going to see William Peatfield bowl the final over here from the Bovar end. Just having discussions with his captain Joshua Butler there, who also took an unbelievable catch. One-handed grab, dived to his left and almost took it behind, emulating Ben Stokes. Amazing catch to the oval. As Peatfield comes in for this final over. 10 needed. And he bowls it. What a bowl! Filler delivery for Peatfield. What a crucial wicket. That's the 8th wicket for Guernsey. 109 for 8 now.
That's fantastic bowling, and that's what you need at this death bowling. You're rolling your line of length, and a Yorker ball is fantastic option. Super ball.
Joshua Butler is going to firmly patting Peatfield on the back there. That's exactly what you want, bowling at the death in the 20th over here, 109 for 8. And crucially, that's Delaware Khan. He was the man that hit a couple big shots earlier on. So we're going to see the new batsman come in, and we're going to get his name. But William Peatfield, 3 wickets now. Tremendous bit of bowling here in the final over. 10 needed off the final 5 deliveries. Can Denmark get this and what would be a tremendous victory? A to and fro T20 international encounter here in the Europe finals. Guernsey looking to get their 2nd ever T20 international victory after picking up their first against Norway yesterday here at the KG5. Great crowd in. Tremendous show. Brilliant match of cricket.
Just making sure they have their field set right, using that time they've built up.
Wonderful bit of bowling. They run the single here. Peatfield tries to collect it. They're going to run back 2. That's really good running. Direct hit will be out. And that's going to be out. It's a run out. They tried to run the 2. They made the sensible decision there as the batsman lies front on his face. Disappointed with himself. Well, that's really good fielding from William Peatfield. He missed the ball as he tried to collect it. But all of a sudden, he throws it back to the keeper, Oliver Newey. And he hits the subs for a run out. Speaking very fast. Unbelievable.
I think you need to breathe.
Well, it's just really exciting cricket here. And it's finally good to see we've got a tremendous finish in the final over in the Europe finals.
I totally agree. They've played this last over really, really well, and we've highlighted as well. It's a skill in itself, depth bowling, but they've really stuck to their plans.
Well, we're going to see the final batsman coming here for Denmark, and it's going to take some heroics to get these 10 runs off the final 4 balls. Abdul Hashmi at the crease. And Bashir Shah is the man. The new man for Denmark. Peatfield in again.
Peatfield did this yesterday in his second spell, and when he came back on, especially for his depth bowling, it was much quicker and just had a fire in his belly, and he seems to have this exact thing again today. It's really good to watch.
Well, 8 needed now. Off the final 3 deliveries. Could do it in 2 shots.
So they have a 45, short third, point, mid-wicket boundary, long on, long off, cow and square leg.
Full of delivery, and that's brilliant bowling there from Peatfield. That would have been difficult to hit. And now it's 8 needed off the final 2 deliveries here for Denmark to get that victory. William Peatfield pulling a tremendous over here, right to the death in the final over of this clash. Batsmen just meeting in the middle, just discussing what the options here. They're going to have to do it in 2 shots. What's Peatfield got in store here? Tries the ramp shot, and that's going to be it. William Peatfield holding another filler delivery here, and he really has secured the victory for Guernsey. There's 1 to come. 8 needed off the final delivery. Nothing's impossible, but this has been a tremendous bowling display from this Guernsey bowling unit. Advances down the crease. It's going to be a single. And that's the win. Peatfield claps there, and the supporters round the KG5 show their appreciation. Guernsey grab a win in their final match of this Euro final, and it's their 2nd ever T20 international victory. Norway yesterday, and now the other Scandinavian team, Denmark. A tremendous game of cricket all round, Kira Metcalf.
Absolutely, and Guernsey have just grown in strength throughout the tournament. They've put together the game much better as they've gone on. I suppose they're learning as they go along. Denmark will be very disappointed with this. They lost wickets in vital stages, and I don't think that there's not going to be a happy camp, and they're going to have to really turn it around because they've got a second game in the afternoon. Denmark versus Italy here later on. And then the big game, which Ian is commentating on over at College Park, is Germany v Norway. So it's all to happen today.
Well, Germany have beaten Norway very convincingly. And you're going to be commentating on Denmark's second encounter today against Italy. God, they're going to want a victory, aren't they?
They are. It's going to be a hard camp to be in at the moment. How do they switch it around? How do they forget this, get on, and still want to get something out of this competition? As you can see, the Guernsey players are heading off the pitch there, and they've got a little bounce in their step. They've got something out of this tournament. 2 wins.
2 wins in their final 2 games. There's Luke Letitia there in the hoodie. You can see he's really, what a tremendous effort he did. He is having a limp there, but he bowled his 4 overs. They're just greeting the Denmark team. Guernsey, the hosts of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Europe Final, and they've been tremendous hosts all round from the grounds and the atmosphere and the fans themselves. But to pick up 2 wins, like you said, Kira, is a great finish to this tournament. Let's talk about a brilliant bit of bowling at the end from David Hooper and also William Peatfield. It's never easy bowling a final over with 10 needed, but to claim a massive wicket and then a run out, brilliant bit of bowling.
Absolutely, and we highlighted they've just got better throughout the tournament, and as well they've learned from each maybe mistake they've made or each kind of battle they've been in throughout the week, and they've turned it around. I think this will be a very, very valuable week for Guernsey when they sit down and they break it down and realise that they got better each innings.
Certainly a lot to look forward to. So we're just going to take a quick look at the batting card here for Denmark. Well, it all started so well with Nicholas Gadsgaard partnering up with Baharaj. Wonderful partnership in the middle. And almost put Guernsey on the back foot. Holly Hold gone for 1. Picking up the quick wickets, but Gino, Jojo and Delaware Khan partnering up again, causing a little scare, but a fantastic finish by the Guernsey bowling team to really limit the score to 112. A very tight finish. We're just going to take a look at the bowling card here, and this really is where Guernsey secured the victory. I think it's the economy rates. Kira, talk us through this.
Yeah, you see the 2 guys opening up. They really got the team off to a great start. Peatfield bowled very, very well today. And Luke Letitia, although he did have to go off injured, he did play a valuable role there, and you could see why they wanted him to stay on for his 4 overs and try battle through that pain. They picked up wickets, as you can see, very closely, 62, 66, 73. Like, it's just the wickets, the timing of the wickets, and where they highlight when they want to start this big chase.
Absolutely. Well, this is a fantastic victory for the home side here at the KG5. Picking up their second ever T20 international victory. Now, I don't think the points table has updated, but we will see Germany, I believe, either 3rd or 2nd. Well, they are in 2nd. Just to talk about the 2 games we have in store. Denmark are going to be playing Italy, so it's going to be another 3rd and 4th encounter. I'm going to be popping over to the college field, just hopping across the island. Heard I'm getting a lift, so we don't have to run over there. Germany facing Jersey. I'm going to find out the calculations of what they're going to need on net run rate and what the score is going to have to be for possibly Germany to grab the victory. But Jersey looking in pole position here to grab a place at the global qualifiers in the UAE. And this marks the end of us commentating together here. Kira, I've had a lot of fun over the last week, but we are going to meet in La Manga.
Yes, we are. We'll meet in hotter temperatures.
So you're not going to get rid of me quite so soon. We're just going to take a look at the summary here. I don't think it's fully updated on our score bar. Plenty of cricket still to come. Both games going to be 3:45. There's going to be live commentary. Kira at this ground at KGV, and I'll be at the college field for Germany versus Jersey. It's the final 2 games of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Euro Final. This has been Ian Leggett and Kira Metcalf. Hope you enjoyed.